Chapter 666. It can't be a lightning attack, right? Yi Hao's entire body was smoking, his clothes tattered everywhere, looking like he had just experienced a great battle. Only Yi Hao's old face remained intact, especially his long beard, not appearing disheveled at all. Lin Moyu silently found it a bit amusing. It seemed this senior Yi Hao really paid attention to his appearance. Clothes could be changed, but growing a beard like that would take a long time. He truly understood priorities. Meng Anwen said in a low voice,
Senior Yi Hao was a handsome man in his youth.
Lin Moyu nodded slightly. It was evident that this was indeed the case. Yi Hao threw away his tattered outer garment and changed into a new clean set of clothes. His whole demeanor changed as well. Gone was the previous dishevelment, and he now appeared extraordinary. Yi Hao's gaze fell on Meng Anwen, and he was slightly startled before revealing a slight smile.
It's little Meng. Why did you come here?
When there was no conflict, the two sides remained polite and friendly. Meng Anwen also smiled.
I came to see the senior, and then bring little you to do something.
Lin Moyu followed Meng Anwen's words and cupped his fists in greeting to Yi Hao.
Lin Moyu greets Senior Yi.
After all, Yi Hao was a senior and his seniority was there. He had also made contributions to the human race, so Lin Moyu naturally treated him with courtesy. Seeing the 5-star God General badge on Lin Moyu's shoulder, Yi Hao's pupils constricted sharply.
The younger generation is formidable.
Lin Moyu said with some modesty.
Senior praises me too much. I am still far behind.
Yi Hao laughed heartily and pointed to the demon extinguishing tower.
Go ahead, maybe you can succeed. It will save me from seeing this thing every day, wanting it but unable to obtain it, drooling over it.
Meng Anwen also gestured for Lin Moyu to go.
Go ahead and give it a try.
Lin Moyu nodded and flew towards the demon extinguishing tower. Yi Hao let out a long sigh, looking at Lin Moyu and the demon extinguishing tower. Now, if he still couldn't guess why Lin Moyu had come, then he had truly wasted half his life. A 5-star God General not only represented status but also strength. He would not think that Lin Moyu's 5-star God General rank had any water mixed in. Moreover, he had also witnessed Lin Moyu's performance in the Divine Stone Dungeon and deeply understood Lin Moyu as a person. Indeed, Lin Moyu was a formidable genius. In the 1,000-year history of the human race, there had never been such a genius. Lin Moyu's actual combat strength could not be measured by his level alone. Yi Hao said to Meng Anwen,
You have taken in a good disciple.
Meng Anwen readily admitted.
Old Bai was lucky, but little you is indeed outstanding. Too outstanding, really.
Yi Hao's tone was full of envy. Who wouldn't envy having such a disciple? Meng Anwen asked.
Does the senior think Liu Yu can succeed?
Yi Hao pondered for a moment.
Even if he doesn't succeed this time, he will eventually succeed. If even he can't do it, the demon extinguishing tower may never have a new master again.
Meng Anwen nodded.
I think so too. The demon extinguishing tower has been without a master for hundreds of years. Even if it guards this place, its role is extremely limited.
Yi Hao nodded.
It has been too peaceful in recent hundreds of years, and the demons have not launched any major offensives. We have also become complacent here.
Meng Anwen smiled.
That's because our human race has become stronger and stronger. But now that the dragon race has returned, there may be variables. With 3 pillars standing, perhaps it will become even more peaceful.
Yi Hao put forth another possibility. The dragon race had only recently returned, and everything was still unknown. Although the human race's strength was growing day by day, for now, they only had the strength for self-preservation and could not launch a counterattack. They could only wait and see.
It's about to start.
Wang Lin let out a low shout, and everyone looked towards Lin Moyu, who was about to enter the demon extinguishing tower's sphere of influence. The sharp aura was like swords and blades. As soon as Lin Moyu entered, he sensed it. These auras contained electric elements, mixed with some wind elements. The 2 elements fused together, forming a sharp attack. The level of the attack's power was extremely high, approaching the god level. Even a level 95 like Yi Hao would have to confront it. As they guessed how Lin Moyu would respond, Lin Moyu ignored it and walked straight in. Countless attacks fell on him, like a drop in the ocean, completely unnoticed. Lin Moyu knew the bone armor would be useless, unable to withstand even a few seconds, so he didn't bother using it. Attacks of this level were not even worth considering for Lin Moyu.
From Yi Hao's aura earlier, he changed directions several times. Attacks of this level, with his strength, he wouldn't need to change directions. There must be stronger attacks coming, and he didn't want to confront them, so he dodged. He changed directions 4 times in total, meaning there would be 4 attacks. The Demon Extinguishing Tower's attack range is 500 meters, so that's 1 attack every 100 meters, 4 times in total.
Lin Moyu appeared relaxed, but he did not let his guard down. He analyzed Yi Hao's lingering aura, making his own judgments. Lin Moyu didn't know if his judgment was correct, but he was 90% confident it was not wrong. When he reached 100 meters, Lin Moyu was fully focused, his soul power flowing gently, remaining vigilant. Boom! A bolt of lightning accompanied by a roar shot out from the tower. The lightning transformed into a huge blade, slashing down towards Lin Moyu's head. A lightning blade, electric element. Lin Moyu sensed the rich electric element within.
It has about 30 to 40% similarity to the god-slaying thunder. Indeed, it was modeled after the ancient Thunder Tower. It has truly reached the god level, about level 91. Not bad. To be able to unleash such an attack without anyone controlling it, it's no wonder it's the strongest in attack among the 3 towers. If someone was controlling it, it might be able to unleash power at the intermediate god level, reaching the limit of a legendary equipment.
Lin Moyu's thoughts raced, analyzing many things in an instant. If it were another attack, Lin Moyu might have symbolically dodged. But this was an electric element attack, so Lin Moyu couldn't be bothered to dodge or evade. Wang Lin and the others couldn't believe it.
He's not dodging!
Even Yi Hao widened his eyes.
The youngster is a bit arrogant.
Meng Anwen laughed.
Don't worry, little Yu knows his limits.
He couldn't very well say that Lin Moyu was immune to electric elements. Using an electric element attack on Lin Moyu was like throwing a meat bun to a dog. Not only would it not work, but it would also fill the dog's belly. Meng Anwen was too familiar with Lin Moyu's character. He would never fight a battle he couldn't win. Since he wasn't dodging, he must have something to rely on. The lightning blade slashed down on Lin Moyu without any deviation, accompanied by a roar. But it was like a drop in the ocean, not causing the slightest ripple. Lin Moyu's steps did not stop, ignoring the attack. In fact, he walked faster and faster. This scene once again shocked everyone. Wang Lin couldn't believe it. Even Yi Hao, who had to dodge such an attack, was ignored by Lin Moyu. It wasn't that he blocked it, but that he truly ignored it. He didn't even make any motion to resist. Even Yi Hao was utterly shocked.
What's going on?
Meng Anwen said,
I'm not entirely clear about little Yu's actual combat strength either. He always has his own ways.
He would not provide any explanation, as this was originally Lin Moyu's secret. Yi Hao also knew he shouldn't ask, giving an awkward laugh and saying no more. Lin Moyu thought to himself,
if the next attacks are also electric elements, then it's no problem. Since it was modeled after the ancient Thunder Tower, then there should also be a core inside the tower. And the trials inside the tower will probably also be electric elements. If that's really the case, then it's 90% assured.
The corners of Lin Moyu's mouth curved up slightly, and his eyes carried a hint of a smile. The second attack came swiftly, still a lightning blade, but the attack power was a bit stronger than before, reaching the peak of level 91. Lin Moyu still did not dodge or evade, only increasing his speed. In the blink of an eye, the third and fourth attacks followed one after another. These 2 attacks had already reached level 92, but it was still useless. Until Lin Moyu reached the entrance of the Demon Extinguishing Tower, the tower door automatically opened, welcoming him in like a master. The tower was 30 meters tall, appearing to have 5 floors from the outside. But inside the tower, there were no stairs or any spatial divisions. Looking up, one could see all the way to the top. At the top, a ball-like core was flickering with light, electric snakes coiling and dancing around it. Lin Moyu was very clear that as long as he could reach the core's position, communicate with it, and imprint his soul, he could become the master of the demon extinguishing tower. The difficulty was how to get up there. A series of immense pressures descended from above, pressing down on him. For any god-level expert, these pressures were nothing, and there would definitely be even greater difficulties.
It can't be a lightning strike, right? If it's a lightning strike, then I won't hold back.
Lin Moyu chuckled lightly and flew straight towards the core. Boom! The entire tower erupted, countless bolts of lightning slashing down from above. 667, 667. Chapter 667. So it was you causing trouble. The book's thunderstorm was as intense as rain, and even from the outside, it was clear that the entire demon extinguishing tower was flashing and glowing. Lin. Countless lightning bolts fell on Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu did not dodge or evade, feeling nothing, and pressed forward. With immunity to electric elements, Lin Moyu could fearlessly face lightning attacks. As he thought, if the demon extinguishing tower had no other means, then this tower was his for the taking. From the base to the core, it looked like only about 30 meters, but only those inside knew it was much more. The tower's layers formed their own space, appearing short but actually long. The internal space was layered, with each segment expanded hundreds of times. Lin Moyu had anticipated this and was not surprised. Otherwise, no matter how strong the lightning, with Yi Hao's ability, he should have been able to fly more than 30 meters. Among the 3 towers, the trial tower had the strongest control over space, capable of dividing into countless spaces like instances. Next was the Divine Summer Tower. Under Meng Anwen's control, it couldn't divide into countless spaces but could still create 1,000 independent spaces simultaneously. The Demon Extinguishing Tower was relatively weaker in this aspect but still had basic capabilities. It stretched the space, making the seemingly 30-meter distance actually much longer. However, the speed of lightning was extremely fast, making the distance almost negligible for it. Similarly, the distance was also negligible for Lin Moyu. Even if it were 300,000 meters, it would just take a bit longer to fly. Trying to stop him with lightning was almost impossible. In the thunderstorm, Lin Moyu kept advancing. The closer he got to the core, the denser and more powerful the lightning became. When Lin Moyu flew halfway, the lightning's power had reached level 94. At this point, even Yi Hao probably couldn't last long. The difference between level 94 and level 95 was significant but not as vast as between level 95 and level 96, which was a qualitative change. Moreover, the lightning's power was still increasing, approaching level 95. Lin Moyu knew that without a master, the Demon Extinguishing Tower's limit should be the peak of level 94. If it had a master, it could unleash level 95 peak attacks, reaching the limit of legendary equipment. The limit of legendary equipment was level 95, but some legendary equipment could be upgraded to mythical level, allowing them to unleash even greater power. The Divine Summer Tower was like this. Meng Anwen was already anxious to upgrade the Divine Summer Tower, a complex process requiring a long time. The biggest difference between mythical and legendary levels was the laws. Mythical equipment could carry and drive laws, ultimately possessing laws themselves. The Demon Extinguishing Tower was the strongest in attack among the 3 towers but was limited to the peak of the legendary level, unable to reach the mythical level. The space, no matter how stretched, had an end. Lin Moyu, enduring the lightning, reached the core of the Demon Extinguishing Tower. Outside the core, the lightning kept shaking and roaring. The surrounding area had turned into a sea of lightning, with Lin Moyu standing in it, unmoved. Lin Moyu reached out his hand towards the core. Just as his hand was about to touch the core, Lin Moyu suddenly stopped. A smile appeared in his eyes as he seemed to understand something,
No wonder the demon extinguishing tower hasn't had a master for hundreds of years. So it was you causing trouble.
Hearing Lin Moyu's words, the core trembled violently and quickly retreated. It was fast, but Lin Moyu was faster, grabbing it firmly. His hand exerted force, holding the core tightly. The core struggled frantically in Lin Moyu's hand but couldn't escape his grasp. Lin Moyu said softly,
No need to struggle, you can't escape. And I don't intend to harm you or destroy you.
Seemingly understanding Lin Moyu's words, the core stopped struggling and became quiet. Lin Moyu's soul moved slightly, communicating with the core. He saw scenes of the demon extinguishing tower's creation. The core of the demon extinguishing tower was not as complete as the ancient thunder tower, with some missing information, but it was enough to understand its entire process. The 3 towers of the Divine Summer Empire were created by the same person. At that time, a god-level blacksmith was born in the Divine Summer Empire. This godsmith gathered more than 2/3 of the top materials in the Divine Summer Empire and used the ancient Thunder Tower as a model to create the 3 towers. Although they were made by the same person using the same methods, modeled after the ancient Thunder Tower, the 3 towers turned out to be vastly different. However, all 3 towers reached the peak of the legendary level, and the materials were not wasted. In the following years, the 3 towers indeed played an unparalleled role. Records showed that strong individuals used the demon extinguishing tower to kill many demon kings. In the demon horde, the sea of lightning wreaked havoc, causing the demons to flee in disarray. Those were glorious years with constant battles between demons and humans. About 300 years ago, the last master of the demon extinguishing tower fell, and since then, the tower had no master. That god-level strongman left a trace of his soul in the demon extinguishing tower when he fell. The demon extinguishing tower, using this trace of soul without much will, developed a weak intelligence. With this weak intelligence, the demon extinguishing tower became stronger. Even without a master, it could unleash level 95 attacks. But similarly, it became more difficult for others to become its master. This weak intelligence instinctively rejected others. In the past 300 years, only one half-step super-god, Emperor D, emerged among humans. He had no need for legendary equipment and never came to claim the demon extinguishing tower. Below Emperor D, there were no high-level gods among humans. As for mid-level and low-level gods, they couldn't claim the demon extinguishing tower. Thus, the demon extinguishing tower had no master for nearly 300 years. No matter how hard Yi Hao tried, unless he broke through to level 96, he couldn't become the master of the demon extinguishing tower. Until now, Lin Moyu appeared. With immunity to electric elements, the demon extinguishing tower had no way to deal with Lin Moyu. Moreover, Lin Moyu's soul level was not low, qualifying him to control the demon extinguishing tower. Lin Moyu understood the entire process and seemed to sense the core's trembling fear. This weak intelligence, after 300 years, was still like a blank slate, very simple. Like a child who didn't understand much, only having some instincts. Entering the core with his soul, Lin Moyu saw a trembling little light. He knew this was the weak intelligence of the demon extinguishing tower, still immature and weak. Lin Moyu communicated with it through his soul.
Don't be afraid, I won't harm you.
In the soul world, Lin Moyu appeared like a giant. With the 9-colored dragon soul crystal coiled around him, the little light saw the 9-colored dragon on Lin Moyu and was too scared to move, fearing it would be eaten by the dragon. Lin Moyu expressed his goodwill, and then his soul imprint fell on the core. The little light also emitted Lin Moyu's soul aura. The little light did not resist and naturally accepted Lin Moyu's soul imprint. From then on, the demon extinguishing tower belonged to Lin Moyu.
Claiming the demon extinguishing tower was much easier than claiming the ancient thunder outer tower.
Lin Moyu thought to himself. He had already imprinted his soul on the ancient thunder outer tower but had not fully claimed it. Now, he could only barely use the electric elements in the ancient thunder outer tower for growing grass, with no other significant use. To merge with the core of the ancient thunder inner tower was still a long way off. But the process of claiming the demon extinguishing tower was very smooth. taking only 10 minutes to fully control it. The demon extinguishing tower was a special piece of equipment, not a weapon, and had no attributes, but it could unleash powerful attacks, different from ordinary equipment. Even Lin Moyu could use the demon extinguishing tower to attack and kill enemies. But Lin Moyu valued the space inside the demon extinguishing tower more. Lin Moyu sensed that although the demon extinguishing tower appeared only 30 meters tall, it could expand up to 300 meters. The internal space could be freely divided, with up to 100 independent spaces simultaneously. Lin Moyu tried to place the ancient Thunder Outer Tower into the demon extinguishing tower. The demon extinguishing tower shook violently, unable to accommodate the ancient Thunder Outer Tower. The core trembled, and the little light conveyed a message. The message was that the ancient Thunder Outer Tower's level was too high for the demon extinguishing tower to contain. Lin Moyu thought for a moment and understood the reasoning. The demon extinguishing tower was ultimately only at the legendary level, while the ancient Thunder Outer Tower's level far exceeded it, making it normal that it couldn't be contained. However, Lin Moyu had a solution. It was just a bit troublesome. Reassuring the little light, Lin Moyu began his operation. 668. Chapter 668. Full after one bite? The central area of Fortress Number 9 has been a restricted zone for hundreds of years, belonging to the territory of the Demon Extinguishing Tower. Lin. Within a radius of 500 meters centered on the Demon Extinguishing Tower, wind blades and lightning strike with unparalleled sharpness, attacking anyone who approaches. But now, with a tremor, the Demon Extinguishing Tower disappeared in an instant before everyone's eyes. The area immediately became calm and peaceful. Wang Lin stared in shock.
He succeeded.
Yi Hao seemed to have anticipated this outcome. Although there was some disappointment in his eyes, he also felt it was as it should be. Despite the disappointment, he let out a long sigh of relief and felt a sense of ease.
The student surpasses the master.
Meng Anwen laughed heartily.
Senior Yi Hao, it's not good to speak ill of someone behind their back.
Yi Hao laughed as well.
Then call that brat by over, and I'll say it to his face.
Meng Anwen also laughed.
I remember more than 70 years ago, you used to call him that. It's quite nostalgic.
Yi Hao responded.
Yes, in the blink of an eye. So many years have passed, and you all have aged too.
Throwing away the burden of the demon extinguishing tower was like removing shackles and a heavy load. Yi Hao felt much lighter and more spirited. Although he was over 100 years old, given his level, he had only lived half his life. God-level powerhouses have long lifespans. Living for many more years is not a problem. Yi Hao still had plenty of opportunities to continue advancing. Yi Hao seemed to be lost in memories. When Meng Anwen and others first started, he was their senior, and their relationship was quite good. Later, due to various circumstances, they gradually became opposed. Now thinking about it, they were all humans, all from the Divine Summer Empire, with the same goals and direction. They shouldn't have been in opposition. Without the burden of the demon extinguishing tower, Yi Hao suddenly understood many things.
We shouldn't be like this.
Meng Anwen echoed Yi Hao's words.
Yes, we shouldn't be like this.
Wang Lin, Wei Cong, and Xia Shi's were all wide-eyed. Listening to Yi Hao and Meng Anwen, it seemed their faction was going to reconcile with Bai Yuan's faction. But could so many years of resentment be let go just like that? What they could think of, Meng Anwen and Yi Hao could certainly think of too. There would naturally be ways to resolve everything. After all, they were all from the Divine Summer Empire, all humans, and there was no internal conflict that couldn't be resolved. Lin Moyu, after putting away the demon extinguishing tower, remained motionless for a long time, suspended in midair with his eyes closed. To outsiders, it seemed Lin Moyu was digesting the gains from obtaining the demon extinguishing tower. After all, controlling the demon extinguishing tower wasn't easy. Even after obtaining it, it would take considerable time to learn and master all its functions. They didn't know that Lin Moyu had already fully mastered the demon extinguishing tower upon obtaining it. After all, he had even controlled the ancient Thunder Tower, let alone the demon extinguishing tower, which was modeled after it. It was a piece of cake. Lin Moyu was doing something more important. In his own soul world, his soul body sat cross-legged, with both palms facing up, each holding a small tower. The demon extinguishing tower was on the right, and the ancient thunder outer tower was on the left. When the demon extinguishing tower saw the ancient thunder outer tower, it trembled like a mouse seeing a cat. The inherent suppression made the demon extinguishing tower dare not move. Lin Moyu opened up a space inside the demon extinguishing tower and then used himself as a bridge to create a passage between the two towers. He transferred the electric elements from the ancient thunder tower into the demon extinguishing tower through this passage. Lin Moyu didn't know if this method would work. It was just a sudden idea. The creation of the passage went smoothly because Lin Moyu was immune to electric elements, not just physically but also in his soul. So the passage created using his soul as a bridge allowed the electric elements to pass through without any damage. The demon extinguishing tower, trembling, accepted the electric elements from the ancient thunder outer tower and, following Lin Moyu's will, directed the electric elements into the specially created space. The experiment went smoothly, and the space inside the demon extinguishing tower quickly filled with a large amount of electric elements. The characteristics of the ancient thunder tower manifested again, expelling all other elements, leaving only electric elements in the space. It became a world solely for electric elements. In fact, the demon extinguishing tower itself had the ability to release electric elements, but the electric elements it released were not as pure as those from the ancient thunder outer tower. It's like comparing 18K gold to 24K gold. Both are gold, but the purity is different, and the difference is naturally significant. The purer the elements, the better for the Kunlun Snow Grass King. If Lin Moyu didn't have the ancient thunder outer tower, the demon extinguishing tower would be a good choice, but now the ancient thunder outer tower was the obvious preference. At this moment, the demon extinguishing tower trembled slightly, and a consciousness was transmitted. The consciousness came from the core of the demon extinguishing tower, the small and weak intelligence. The message it conveyed was also very weak.
Eat.
Lin Moyu discerned this word. Lin Moyu asked,
Are you saying you want to eat these electric elements?
The demon extinguishing tower trembled twice, indicating yes, and another consciousness was transmitted.
Eat evolve.
Lin Moyu was slightly surprised.
Are you saying these electric elements can help you evolve? Yes.
The consciousness from the demon extinguishing tower was felt again. Lin Moyu thought for a moment and understood. As a peak legendary item, the demon extinguishing tower indeed had the ability to evolve, but this evolution was passive and required external intervention. However, now that it had developed a weak intelligence, it had the potential for self-evolution, but it still needed external help. And the existence of the ancient thunder outer tower, with its extremely pure electric elements, was one of the external aids for its evolution. Of course, evolution wouldn't be that simple. It would also require a large amount of legendary materials. If there were mythical materials, that would be even better. Lin Moyu would find a way to obtain these. Now that the demon extinguishing tower wanted to absorb the electric elements from the ancient thunder outer tower, Lin Moyu naturally wouldn't refuse.
Go ahead and eat.
The demon extinguishing tower trembled slightly, conveying a sense of happiness and gratitude to Lin Moyu. The intelligence of the demon extinguishing tower was still weak, and the information it could express was very limited. Lin Moyu felt the demon extinguishing tower absorb some electric elements, about 1% of what was transferred, and then it stopped. Lin Moyu asked curiously,
Why did you stop eating? Full.
Feeling the message from the demon extinguishing tower, Lin Moyu couldn't help but laugh. It was just a small amount, only one bite, and it was already full. The weak intelligence was indeed somewhat amusing. Since the experiment was successful, when he returned to Bai Shin's courtyard, he could transplant the Kunlun Snow Grass King into the demon extinguishing tower and irrigate it with electric elements to continuously obtain snowgrass. This business was truly profitable. Lin Moyu opened his eyes and, on his way back, saw Meng Anwen and Yi Hao chatting and laughing, their atmosphere harmonious, which he found a bit strange. Weren't these two at odds? Now it seemed they weren't just putting on a show. Lin Moyu returned to Meng Anwen's side.
Teacher, I'm back.
Meng Anwen nodded.
Not bad, not bad. How do you feel about the demon extinguishing tower?
Lin Moyu answered honestly.
It's quite good. General Lin has high standards. The demon extinguishing tower is a top-tier legendary item, one of the 3 towers of our divine summer empire, and you say it's just quite good. Then tell me, what is considered good?
He wasn't mocking. He was genuinely speaking, and Lin Moyu could feel it. Lin Moyu also answered seriously.
The ancient thunder tower.
Yihao was speechless. Lin Moyu was telling the truth. Compared to the ancient thunder tower, the demon extinguishing tower was indeed nothing. Meng Anwen explained.
Lin Moyu has controlled the ancient thunder tower before, used the god-slaying thunder to kill demon kings, and even confronted the demon emperor.
Yihao looked at Lin Moyu in shock, his eyes wide open. Not only him, but Wang Lin and the others were also shocked, their mouths agape. Lin Moyu had actually controlled the ancient thunder tower, used it to kill demon kings, and even confronted the demon emperor. Such things were unimaginable to them, but Lin Moyu had actually done it. Meng Anwen wouldn't lie, and such things couldn't be lied about. They could go to the divine summer ancient city and ask around to know the truth. It couldn't be hidden. Yihao coughed lightly after a long while.
The student surpasses the master, indeed. He's much stronger than that brat Bai.
Meng Anwen laughed.
Indeed, I also think Lin Moyu is stronger than Bai.
Lin Moyu humbly said.
Compared to my teachers and senior Yi, I still have a long way to go.
Lin Moyu spoke sincerely, having already guessed that Meng Anwen and Yihao had likely reconciled. As Meng Anwen's disciple, he naturally had to give Meng Anwen face. Yihao seemed pleased.
I'm getting old. This era belongs to you.
Meng Anwen laughed.
Senior Yi is in his prime. Level 96 is not far off. Perhaps next time we meet, you'll already be wielding the power of laws.
Yihao laughed heartily.
I'll take your good wishes.
Wang Lin and the others twitched their mouths. Meng Anwen was already at level 96, wielding the power of laws. Truly, his acting skills were top-notch. Wang Lin finally admitted that he was indeed not as good as Meng Anwen, at least in acting. 669. Chapter 669. In my eyes, it's just a fart. After a harmonious conversation with Yihao, Meng Anwen ended their friendly exchange and left Fortress Number 9 with Lin Moyu. Outside the fortress, he opened a teleportation and returned to Bai Shun's small courtyard. Bai Yuan and Yen Guangxing had not returned yet. According to Meng Anwen, the dragon race had shown some unusual movements recently, seemingly clashing with the abyss demons. The two went to investigate and had not come back yet. Lin Moyu was not worried about their safety. With their strength, unless the demon emperor or dragon emperor took action themselves, the two would not be in any danger. Even like last time when the demon emperor attacked from afar, they could still retreat safely. Level 96 was a whole new world, completely different from before. After returning to Bai Shin's courtyard, Lin Moyu immediately put the Kunlun Snowgrass King into the demon extinguishing tower. In the forest, dirt flew everywhere, and a large pit appeared as a massive amount of soil disappeared into thin air. Inside the independent space of the demon extinguishing tower, the Kunlun Snowgrass King, along with a few ordinary snowgrasses, were growing lushly. Lin Moyu seemed to hear their cheers. Here, there were no other elements, only the purest electric elements. The Kunlun Snowgrass King stretched itself freely, immediately growing a patch of new buds. It wouldn't take long for these buds to become brand new snowgrasses, then fall to the ground. Lin Moyu could foresee that this space would soon be filled with snowgrass. After finishing this, Lin Moyu gently stepped on the ground, and a tremendous force entered the earth. The ground shook slightly, and the pit in front of him was quickly filled.
Little you, come have some tea. You're always so busy, you should rest a bit.
Meng Anwen had become relaxed again, as if life should be like this. Lin Moyu had indeed been too busy, and resting had become a luxury for so long. Following Meng Anwen's words, he sat down and drank some tea. The taste was decent, but ever since drinking the nameless tea in the primordial secret realm, Lin Moyu felt that ordinary tea was more or less the same. Compared to the nameless tea, the difference was as vast as heaven and earth. Lin Moyu asked,
Has there been any news about the righteous god recently?
Ever since Emperor Di left, there were no longer any half-step supreme deities among humans. The revival of the righteous god was also unknown, as it had been a long time with no news. Meng Anwen said,
Revival can't be that simple, but for now, the human race has no worries and doesn't need to be too concerned.
Lin Moyu nodded.
I'm worried that if the Demon Emperor and Dragon Emperor find out about Emperor Di's departure, they might take the opportunity to attack the human race.
Meng Anwen said,
Apart from a few of us, no one knows about Emperor Di's departure, not even the Demon Emperor or Dragon Emperor. With Old Bai and the others, we can still keep up appearances. Even if something happens, the human race still has a trump card.
The human race was able to survive the most perilous times, so of course they would have a trump card. Lin Moyu nodded, feeling that he was worrying too much. Meng Anwen said,
Why don't you ask your sister?
Lin Moyu looked up at the sky, the warm sun hanging high, its light slightly dazzling. Lin Moyu sipped his tea and said softly,
Sister said she has her own path to walk, and we will meet again when she reaches her destination. I guess her path was arranged by Lord Di long ago, and as for the destination...
Lin Moyu did not continue, as Lin Moxuan's destination may have deviated from what he imagined. It could be imagined that Lin Moxuan's destination was the one Lord Di knew, and the destination could already be seen and imagined. But Lin Moyu had a different understanding of the destination. After witnessing Antares, the Azure Dragon Elder, and that old Oxman, Lin Moyu could no longer see where the destination was, and his goal had become infinitely distant and vast. Meng Anwen also said,
Your sister is very lucky to be appreciated and favored by Lord Di. Her path is bound to be extraordinary. What about E? Don't you want to know about her situation since you're back this time?
Lin Moyu smiled.
Isn't that what the teacher is going to tell me?
Meng Anwen couldn't help but laugh.
You little brat, you've become mischievous.
Lin Moyu smiled without saying anything. In these 2 years he had made some friends, grown up, and changed slightly. He was no longer as silent and taciturn as before. Meng Anwen said,
Ningyi, Mo Yun, and Shu Han have teamed up. They've been grinding dungeons together, and later a young lady named Mu Xian joined them. According to my information, these 4 girls have been grinding dungeons and leveling up very diligently. Recently, they should be in the dungeon palace of the Xiajing Academy.
Lin Moyu could naturally hear the implication in Meng Anwen's words. If he wanted to see them, he could go to the dungeon palace. Lin Moyu was tempted but gave up after some thought.
Never mind, I won't go find them for now.
He still had things to do and couldn't get away. Ever since learning about the details of that great war from long ago, Lin Moyu had always felt a sense of urgency. He was worried that a similar great war would descend again, especially after the incident where an outsider tried to take away the divine summer ancient city. This sense of urgency became even stronger. He also needed to become stronger, as only by becoming stronger could he deal with various crises. Lin Moyu stayed in by Shin's courtyard for half a day, chatting with Meng Anwen for a long time, which was a rare relaxation for him. Half a day later, accompanied by a beam of light, Lin Moyu left by Shun's courtyard. Seeing Lin Moyu leave, until the teleportation light completely disappeared, Meng Anwen couldn't help but sigh lightly.
This child seems to be carrying a heavy burden.
Although Lin Moyu didn't say anything, the aura he exuded allowed the perceptive Meng Anwen to sense it. However, Meng Anwen did not ask, as he knew Lin Moyu's character. If he could say it, Lin Moyu would definitely say it. If he couldn't say it, there was no need to ask. Unknowingly, Lin Moyu knew more and more, seemingly surpassing his own teacher. At this moment, the communication device suddenly vibrated, and a message was sent over. After checking it, Meng Anwen's expression changed slightly, and the divine summer tower instantly appeared. With a wave of his hand, formations unfolded, setting up a teleportation array that took Meng Anwen away. Antares looked at Lin Moyu curiously.
Why are you here again?
Lin Moyu had activated Antares' dragon scale to teleport to Antares' territory. Antares had no way to deal with this uninvited guest, since the dragon scale was given by him. He had dug his own grave and had to lie in it. Lin Moyu said,
I discovered a very strange problem.
Hearing this, Antares suddenly became interested.
What problem? Tell me, before reaching level 96, is it possible to wield laws?
Lin Moyu asked. Antares glared at Lin Moyu.
Change the way you speak. Don't try to trap me with words. I don't like that.
This dragon was really arrogant. Lin Moyu changed his way of speaking.
Earlier, while observing the growth and division process of the Kunlun Snowgrass King, I seemed to enter a special state. My soul level improved a bit, and I even touched a trace of laws.
Antares nodded his big head.
That's how you should speak. Say it like that. No need to beat around the bush.
He had really been corrupted by Lin Moyu, accidentally saying things he shouldn't. Lin Moyu asked,
Do you know what's going on?
Antares grinned.
Of course I know. There's nothing in this world that I don't know. Do you really want to know?
Antares was boasting again, but in fact, there were few things he didn't know. Lin Moyu said,
I want to know.
Antares was very pleased.
Since you've asked sincerely, then I'll be merciful and tell you.
Lin Moyu found that Antares had really gone bad beyond redemption. Near ink, one gets stained black. Was it really like that? The key question was he really that black? Antares struck a pose like a teacher giving a lecture.
That state you experienced is called enlightenment. In the state of enlightenment, your soul will gain improvement, and at the same time, you can touch upon profound truths. The state of enlightenment cannot be forced. Many people never experience it in their entire lives. You were quite lucky. The laws you touched upon were probably what you comprehended during your enlightenment. However, enlightenment is merely a key. The follow-up still depends on you.
Lin Moyu listened to Antares' words.
So does that mean laws don't necessarily require reaching level 96 to master? Of course. Who told you that laws definitely require reaching level 96 to master? It's just that at level 96, the soul is stronger, so it's natural to come into contact with laws and easier to comprehend them.
Antares spoke with disdain, his words completely overturning Lin Moyu's previous understanding. Lin Moyu finally realized that mastering laws did not necessarily require reaching level 96. The common sense he had assumed was wrong. Antares laughed.
You humans like to set thresholds for yourselves, like needing a certain level to do this or learn that. In my eyes, it's just a fart.
670. Chapter 670. First Contact, the difference between techniques and laws. Antares was cursing, and Lin Moyu found it somewhat amusing. Where did this guy get so much resentment? Lin. From its words, Lin Moyu could tell that it had some disdain for the rules of the human race. But many of these rules seemed to involve humans from other worlds. After it finished venting, Lin Moyu continued.
So you're saying that I actually have a chance to comprehend laws now. It's just very difficult. Difficulty is just one aspect.
Antares denied Lin Moyu's words.
Driving laws requires soul support. If the soul strength is insufficient, forcibly driving laws can result in severe injury or even soul annihilation. Level 96 is just a threshold, barely reaching the level where one can drive laws. Didn't you say that the thresholds set by humans are nonsense? Why are you now saying that level 96 is just barely qualified?
Lin Moyu caught a contradiction in Antares' words. What Antares said before seemed inconsistent with what it was saying now. Antares naturally wouldn't admit it.
Level 96 is indeed a threshold for laws, but if you use them occasionally, It's not necessary to be level 96. In our dragon race, there are many methods to use laws at level 90. As long as it's not used continuously, it doesn't have much impact.
Lin Moyu sighed.
You also said that those are methods of your dragon race. I am human. It's different.
Antares said.
There are a few methods that humans can use too. Impossible. Tell me about it.
Lin Moyu pretended to be skeptical. Antares chuckled.
One of the methods is the soul-splitting technique, which involves splitting the soul.
At this point, Antares suddenly realized and roared.
You brat, you're trying to trick me again. Got you again.
Lin Moyu shamelessly admitted, not caring at all. The previous performance was not in vain. Antares fell for it again. Antares was very depressed. It had been very careful. How did it still fall for it? It muttered.
You humans are really cunning.
Lin Moyu laughed.
Since you've already started, why not continue? What is the soul-splitting technique?
Antares glared at Lin Moyu.
Why should I tell you?
Lin Moyu was not in a hurry.
Don't be so stingy, Lord Antares. You know everything. A mere soul-splitting technique is nothing. Humph, that's a technique, not some common skill.
At this point, Antares shut its mouth again, realizing it had slipped up. Lin Moyu caught the key point and smiled even more brightly. Antares indeed knew a lot, with much knowledge not belonging to this world. Lin Moyu thought that in the future he should come to chat with Antares more often. He could always learn something. Antares suddenly had a bad premonition, feeling like it was being targeted. It looked at the colorful sky and then at Lin Moyu, thinking this guy was too cunning. Under Lin Moyu's persistent questioning, Antares finally gave in and mercifully told Lin Moyu.
When you pull a skill from the skill space and integrate it into your soul, it becomes a soul skill. But soul skills are just what you call them in this world. Outside they are called techniques. No matter how strong a common skill is, it has its limits, but techniques can be infinitely enhanced, with no end. Because techniques can contain the power of laws, that's why they are called techniques. Besides that, techniques have endless uses. There's almost nothing they can't do, only things you can't think of. Even your primordial runes, once you permanently master them, they actually become a technique, but you are more accustomed to calling them soul skills.
From Antares' words, Lin Moyu finally learned some information about the outside world. The most basic are skills, while soul skills are called techniques. Skills are weak, techniques are strong. Because techniques can carry the power of laws, they have infinite possibilities. Generally, God-level powerhouses only move 2 or 3 skill cores from their skill space into their soul, turning skills into techniques. Lin Moyu deeply understood that after moving a skill core into the soul, not only did the skill become stronger, but it also gained some magical effects. There is an insurmountable barrier between skills and techniques. The higher the level, the more obvious this barrier becomes. No matter how strong a skill is, it can't compare to a technique. So don't be fooled by the seemingly simple attack methods of God-level powerhouses. Their power is immense. A level 90 God-level powerhouse can easily defeat dozens or even hundreds of top-level professionals at level 89. This is partly due to techniques.
Now that you understand the difference between skills and techniques, you should know what kind of existence the soul-splitting technique is.
Antares said solemnly, the soul-splitting technique is a special technique, obviously a very powerful existence. Lin Moyu suddenly realized a problem.
Skills are the predecessors of techniques, but our skills awaken after reaching a certain level, meaning the skills were already within us, and we can't learn them from the outside. Like me, I can't learn skills from other professions. So, the soul-splitting technique you mentioned, I can't learn it either, right?
Antares suddenly laughed loudly.
You're usually smart. How did you become so foolish? What do you think the primordial runes are for?
Lin Moyu was speechless, slapping his forehead.
Right, how could I forget that?
The primordial runes are external objects, now they are his. Since the primordial runes can be obtained and mastered from the outside, naturally, with Antares' ability, it can also teach him the soul-splitting technique. As for how to teach, seeing Antares' confident look, there must be a way. Antares said,
I can teach you the soul-splitting technique, but how much you can master and whether it can become your own technique depends on your ability.
Lin Moyu was full of confidence.
You just teach, I'll handle the rest. If I can't master it, it's my own problem, not yours.
Antares glared.
You dare blame me? Well, it's not impossible.
Lin Moyu said seriously.
Get lost.
Antares roared. A gust of wind blew, pushing Lin Moyu back several steps. A beam of light shot from Antares' dragon eyes, landing on Lin Moyu's forehead, and a light spot appeared in Lin Moyu's soul. The light spot began to grow, seemingly turning into a skill core.
Your soul is really lively.
Antares' voice echoed. Lin Moyu's soul world was indeed lively. Several skill cores were spinning in his soul. Besides that, there were 2 divine personalities and 2 divine positions. The scepter of dominion and the scepter of creation were also in his soul. Outside Lin Moyu's soul body, the 9-colored dragon soul was coiled, and in his hands were the demon extinguishing tower and the ancient thunder tower. Antares disdainfully said,
What's the use of these low-level divine personalities? And those divine positions, what trash? The scepter of life is decent, but still ordinary. This scepter is interesting, seems better than the scepter of creation, but it's damaged. This looks like your divine Summer Empire's demon extinguishing tower. Wait, why does the demon extinguishing tower have the aura of that Kunlun guy?
While teaching Lin Moyu the soul-splitting technique, Antares took a good look at Lin Moyu's soul world. Lin Moyu didn't hide anything.
The Kunlun great god gave me a Kunlun Snowgrass King. I'm using the demon extinguishing tower to grow it, with the ancient thunder tower providing elements.
Antares snorted.
Interesting idea, but what's the use of growing that stuff?
Lin Moyu knew that with Antares' perspective it wouldn't value these things. But for the human race, these things were indeed valuable. Antares suddenly became serious.
I advise you don't use that stuff, don't ruin your future. Why?
Lin Moyu asked urgently. Antares said gravely,
Using external objects to enhance yourself will affect your foundation. If your goal is just to become a super god, then it's fine. But if you want to explore higher realms, you must rely on yourself. Can't use any external objects?
Lin Moyu asked softly. Antares shook its head.
Not exactly, it depends on the role and level of the external object. For example, your 9-colored dragon soul crystal is also an external object, but it only benefits you without harm. Something like the Kunlun Snowgrass King, which forcibly enhances levels, is like pulling up seedlings to help them grow. It can't be used.
Lin Moyu's heart raced. He was glad he hadn't used it. Back in the Kunlun Divine Palace, he almost used it. Fortunately, he didn't. The path of cultivation is full of pitfalls. One wrong step and you might fall in. Small pits can be climbed out of, but big pits might trap you forever. At this moment, the light ball Antares had sent into Lin Moyu's soul took shape. The light ball looked similar to a skill core with many runes flashing on it, but it was more ethereal, not as solid as a real skill core. Antares said,
This is the soul-splitting technique. You can use it to comprehend and use the technique. When you fully master it, it will turn into a skill core and become your own. Also, try to recreate the situation when you sense the laws, see if you can sense them again. With the soul-splitting technique, the laws can have some effect.
671, 671. Chapter 671. Suspected Temple of Light, Entering the Abyss. Recreating the scene from the book is indeed a good method. Lin. In this regard, Lin Moyu had no experience, so following Antares' instructions should not go wrong. Lin Moyu multitasked, with one part of his soul power integrating into the demon extinguishing tower, entering the space where the Kunlun Snowgrass King was planted. The soul is much more sensitive than the naked eye and can see more details. Under the observation of the soul, the Kunlun Snowgrass King was vividly clear, with all details clearly displayed. Lin Moyu could clearly see how the Kunlun Snowgrass King absorbed the electric elements and then performed a magical transformation internally. The electric elements turned into vibrant life force, finally integrating into the body and growing new leaves. All the changes were like a magnificent feast, incredibly splendid. Lin Moyu was somewhat mesmerized, gradually getting lost in it. At the same time, another part of his soul consciousness began to comprehend the soul-splitting technique. According to Antares' explanation, the most basic function of the soul-splitting technique is to split off a wisp of the soul. Before reaching level 96, driving laws would result in backlash from the laws. The split-off wisp of the soul would replace the main soul in bearing the backlash. The destruction of this wisp of the soul would only cause minor damage to the main soul. As long as not too many such wisps are split off, the impact on the main soul would not be significant. However, mastering the soul-splitting technique is not easy. The most important aspect is multitasking. After splitting the soul, it is equivalent to simultaneously controlling two souls. This requires very high soul control ability. For this reason, Antares required Lin Moyu to multitask. One part recreates the scene to comprehend the laws, while the other part attempts to master the soul-splitting technique. This greatly aids in mastering the soul-splitting technique. Seeing Lin Moyu successfully multitask, Antares was very satisfied and exited Lin Moyu's soul space. A strange light flickered in its dragon eyes. A person's soul world is the most important area. Lin Moyu was willing to open his soul world and let it in, which was a sign of complete trust. For this, Antares felt joy. The relationship between the two seemed to have taken a step further, from friends to close confidants. Even life and death friends are no more than this. In the primordial battlefield, thousands of kilometers away from Fortress Number 9, green flames flickered in the darkness, looking eerie and terrifying. Abyssal aura surged and churned here, with a vortex in the center of the darkness, where countless flames were constantly rotating. Terrifying roars occasionally emanated from the darkness, enough to scare the timid just by standing here. This is the entrance to the abyss, the connection point between the primordial battlefield and the abyssal world. Through this entrance, one can reach the abyssal world. Near the entrance to the abyss, a large number of abyssal demons were wandering. They would occasionally rush into the primordial battlefield and then disappear. From the vortex at the entrance to the abyss, abyssal demons would also occasionally rush out. Several beams of light flew from afar, illuminating the darkness. Meng Anwen and several god-level powerhouses arrived at the entrance to the abyss. Wherever they went, their mighty power swept through. The divine summer tower rotated slightly, runes flashing on its body, shooting out countless beams of light. Each beam of light was like a sharp sword, instantly piercing through the bodies of the demons. The demons shattered and died amidst screams. A large number of demons screamed and fled in all directions. In the blink of an eye, the demons near the entrance to the abyss were either dead or fled, leaving none behind. Meng Anwen arrived forcefully, accompanied by Feng Xiu. Feng Xiu said,
2 days ago, a palace appeared here. This palace was filled with light elements, pure white like jade, and killed many demons upon its appearance. But later, the demon emperor took action and dragged the palace into the abyssal world. According to the information received at the time, the palace resisted but ultimately could not match the power of the demon emperor. Old Bai happened to be at Fortress Number 8. Upon hearing the news, he and Old Yen came over, as this palace might be related to the god of light. Then Old Bai and Old Yen disappeared.
Meng Anwen listened to Feng Xiu's account, nodding slightly. The divine summer tower radiated brilliant light, illuminating 100 miles around. Meng Anwen used the divine summer tower to sense all the surrounding auras, not missing any clues. At the same time, Meng Anwen said,
If it is indeed the palace of the god of light, it must not fall into the hands of the abyss. According to limited records, the god of light was an ally of our human race. When the abyssal demons first descended, the god of light helped our human race.
Many high-ranking human officials were aware of some matters regarding the god of light. The god of light had once helped the human race, and this favor must be repaid. Moments later, the divine summer tower had finished probing the surroundings. Meng Anwen said,
There are still some remnants of Old Bai and Old Yan's auras. Judging by the auras, they should have entered the abyss.
Feng Xiu's face changed. Entering the abyssal world is easy, but coming out is difficult. Given the situation at the time, Bai Yuan and Yan Guangxing had no choice but to enter. Even if it were him on the scene, he might have entered as well. Feng Xiu was somewhat indecisive.
What should we do now?
Meng Anwen pondered for a moment.
I suspect the appearance of the Temple of Light this time is unusual. The Temple of Light has been missing for nearly 1,000 years. Why did it suddenly appear now? And why did it appear here? And how did the Demon Emperor know so quickly and take action? There's something fishy about this.
Feng Xiu trusted Meng Anwen's judgment. Thinking back, it indeed seemed off. Everything was too coincidental. From the appearance of the Temple of Light to Bai Yuan's arrival, only an hour had passed. As soon as Bai Yuan arrived, he saw the Demon Emperor dragging the palace into the abyss. It was as if someone had meticulously planned the whole process. Meng Anwen continued,
Given the situation, I have no choice but to enter the abyss to find out.
Feng Xiu's face changed.
The abyss is too dangerous.
Meng Anwen shook his head.
I have the divine summer tower. Only I can bring Old Bai and Old Yan back. You go prepare the army. If this is a plan by the abyssal demons, you must be ready for a great battle.
Feng Xiu's expression changed, and he nodded.
All right, fortresses number 7 and number 8 are already on lockdown.
Meng Anwen shook his head.
Fortress number 8 is not enough. Notify all fortresses. If there are any issues, activate the Eternal Wall immediately.
Feng Xiu exclaimed.
Activate the Eternal Wall? Is it that serious?
Meng Anwen said.
I hope I'm overthinking it. I received news earlier that the abyssal demons had a conflict with the dragon race. Now the dragon race is nowhere to be seen. I'm afraid those guys might take action. Moreover, I found a trace of the dragon race's aura here. It's not very strong, but finding the dragon race here is unusual. Anyway, be cautious. I'm just giving you a heads up.
Feng Xiu naturally understood.
All right, I'll be careful.
After speaking, Meng Anwen put away the divine summer tower and plunged into the abyss vortex. Feng Xiu did not stay either, directly returning to the fortress through the teleportation stone. Following Meng Anwen's instructions, he immediately notified all fortresses. As a god general and an active-duty god general in the military, his orders were to be unconditionally obeyed by all soldiers. Soon, all fortresses reported back, having entered a state of readiness. The teleportation array lit up, and Yi Hao arrived alone.
Xiao Xiu, what's going on?
Feng Xiu was surprised to see Yi Hao. However, on the surface, Feng Xiu still responded.
And God suspects the dragon race might take action and asked us to be prepared. Where is Shaoan? He entered the abyss.
What? Yi Hao's eyes widened. Meng Anwen actually entered the abyss. Feng Xiu was about to say more when a piercing alarm suddenly sounded. The demon eye emitted a red light, indicating an enemy invasion. 672, 672. Chapter 672. This kid really is a genius. The 9 fortresses of the Shinsummer Empire simultaneously sounded the alarm, and the demon eye detected the enemy from a great distance. Lin. Feng Xiu's face suddenly changed, quickly communicating with the demon eye. 2 seconds later, he said in a deep voice,
It's the dragon race, and God was right.
Yi Hao's face also changed.
So, the abyssal demons and the dragon race have really joined forces.
The abyssal demons and the dragon race had indeed joined forces. Although Feng Xiu was not as adept at analysis as Meng Anwen, he was not a fool. In an instant, he realized something, gritting his teeth.
There are still demon spies among our human race. The last major purge still didn't clean out these scum.
Yi Hao said in a low voice.
Didn't God say anything before he left? Activate the eternal wall.
Yi Hao was shocked, not expecting Meng Anwen to be so decisive. Could it be that he really discovered something? Whether to follow Meng Anwen's words, Yi Hao chose to trust Meng Anwen, gritting his teeth.
Then activate it.
He and Feng Xiu simultaneously issued orders. As the highest-ranking military officials, they had absolute authority. Several orders were issued directly, and the fortresses began to glow. The Eternal Wall, the strongest defense mechanism of the Shin Summer Empire on the primordial battlefield. Once activated, the 9 fortresses would connect as one, guarding all passages from the primordial battlefield to the Shin Summer Empire like a great wall. Moreover, once the Eternal Wall was activated, the Shin Summer Empire's internal defense system would also be activated. The Shin Summer Empire would become a closed nation, with all external teleportation arrays shut down, space sealed, and no one allowed to enter the Shin Summer Empire. Even the internal teleportation arrays within the Empire would be managed and requisitioned by the military. The activation of the Eternal Wall signified that the Shin Summer Empire had fully entered a wartime state. In the nearly 1,000 years since the establishment of the Eternal Wall, it had only been activated a few times, each time for a monumental battle. This time was no exception. Although the battle had not officially begun, Meng Anwen, being cautious, made the decision. Under the orders of Feng Xiu and Yi Hao, the Eternal Wall was activated with a roar. The 9 fortresses connected as one, forming an incredibly powerful defense. At the same time, the formations within the entire Shin Summer Empire were activated, and alarms sounded everywhere. The Shin Summer Empire entered a state of lockdown. The defensive formations of various border cities were activated, and the military was mobilized. The Dragon Race's army approached, with the aura of Dragon Kings rising within the army. Not just one, but every fortress had a Dragon King present. The god-level powerhouses within the Shin Summer Empire also mobilized to respond. The Shin Summer Empire's reaction was swift, preparing for battle even before it began. Feng Xiu's communicator kept ringing, receiving messages from intelligence personnel everywhere. This time, the Dragon Race's large-scale attack was not only on the Shin Summer Empire but also on the fortresses of other countries. In many places, battles had already begun. Some small countries and forces, unprepared, were defeated upon contact. The Dragon Race deployed many Dragon Kings, and on the side of the Eagle Nation, the Abyssal Demon Kings also took action. Judging by the information, this would be a world-shaking battle. Looking at the Dragon Race's army already outside the fortress, Feng Xiu's face was very grim. Old Bai and the others might be in danger. Yi Hao received the news and realized that the hoped-for tripartite balance had not occurred. Instead, it was like 1,000 years ago when the human race and the Abyssal Demons joined forces against the Dragon Race. This time, it was the Abyssal Demons and the Dragon Race joining forces against the human race. At this point, there was no other way but to fight. The Dragon Race's warships lined up in the sky, energy surging, and attacks rained down like raindrops, hitting the fortress. The Eternal Wall was activated, and the Shin Summer Empire's 1,000-year-old defense system was unbreakable, standing firm under the rain of attacks. At the same time, war machines rose from the fortresses, weapons that had never been seen before, only used when the Eternal Wall was activated. They connected with the formations of the Eternal Wall and began a frenzied counterattack. Compared to other countries that crumbled at the first touch, the Shin Summer Empire fully demonstrated its strength. Facing the overwhelming Dragon Race army, it showed no fear. Feng Xiu watched the newly started battle, his face showing no joy. He was worried about Meng Anwen and the others, who were clearly lured into the abyss. Without the intervention of half-step super gods, Meng Anwen and the other 2 were the strongest among the human race. If something happened to them, it would be a huge blow to the human race. He was still a bit short of reaching level 96 and needed more time. Mo Xinghai and others were in the same situation. Now, he could only hope that the 3 of them would be safe. And Terry suddenly moved his eyes slightly, looking in a certain direction. His gaze pierced through the void, seeing everything happening on the primordial battlefield.
It started! The demons have actually joined forces with the dragon race. Interesting.
Antares muttered to himself, then looked in another direction, seeing the dragon race world and then the abyssal world.
Those three little guys, how did they enter the abyss? This is going to be interesting. They might be in danger.
Antares seemed to see something amusing. Over the years, he had seen countless big and small dramas, and there were few that could interest him. In the past, no matter how fierce the battles were, as long as they didn't touch his bottom line, he wouldn't intervene. But now things were different. Antares focused his attention on Lin Moyu.
Should I tell that kid? If I don't tell him, he might blame me.
After thinking for a moment, Antares decided to tell Lin Moyu. He connected to Lin Moyu's soul world again and saw Lin Moyu's soul. At this moment, Lin Moyu's soul was multitasking, observing the changes in the Kunlun Snowgrass King while also comprehending the soul-splitting technique. Although the time was short, there was already some progress. The soul is much more sensitive than the naked eye and much more efficient. Under the observation of the soul, all the changes in the Kunlun Snowgrass King were clearly visible. The feeling from that day returned, and Lin Moyu once again sensed the rhythm of life, a very magical feeling. Lin Moyu tried to grasp that feeling, deepening his understanding.
All elements can give birth to life. Life can inherit, continue, regenerate, and destroy.
Various insights came flooding in, constantly growing in his heart. Gradually, a peculiar aura spread in his soul, the law of life. Multitasking, the other half of his consciousness led the soul-splitting technique, also making some progress. A wisp of soul had already split from the main soul. This wisp of soul was very weak, almost imperceptible, but it was indeed a part of Lin Moyu's soul, bearing his unique mark. The soul-splitting technique was different from the soul imprint Lin Moyu had planted before, which was just a beacon to guide the soul back. The soul-splitting technique produced a true soul avatar belonging to Lin Moyu. It could bear the backlash from the laws, and because it was just a wisp, it had minimal impact on Lin Moyu. As long as Lin Moyu didn't recklessly use the laws and continuously split his soul, it wouldn't be a problem. Antares, entering Lin Moyu's soul world for the second time, couldn't help but be shocked by the scene before him.
This kid really is a genius.
673, 673. Chapter 673. The real target is me. Antares' standards were extremely high. In its eyes, even the talented geniuses of the human race were nothing. It was the first time it had uttered the words
genius
from its mouth in thousands of years. Antares had to admire Lin Moyu's ability to comprehend and understand. In just a little over a day, not only did he grasp the basic usage of the soul-splitting technique, but he also gained insights into the laws of the world. Antares would not misjudge. Outside of Lin Moyu's soul body, it could sense the aura of laws, the law of life. Antares could feel that although it was faint, it was indeed the aura of laws. At the level of 76 with a soul level of 92, Lin Moyu had actually comprehended laws. No one in this world had ever achieved this before.
Wake up!
Antares let out a dragon's cry, pulling Lin Moyu's soul consciousness back. At the same time, Antares withdrew from Lin Moyu's soul world. Lin Moyu opened his eyes and saw Antares staring at him with its huge dragon eyes. The comprehension was interrupted, but Lin Moyu was not angry. He knew Antares must have had a reason.
What happened?
Antares said,
The abyss demons and the dragon race have joined forces and are attacking your human race.
Lin Moyu's expression changed slightly, and he asked in a deep voice,
Is the scale large?
Antares nodded.
Not small, but your Shinsummer Empire has the Eternal Wall, so self-preservation should not be a problem. The biggest issue is not this. Did the Demon Emperor and the Dragon Emperor take action?
Lin Moyu's first reaction was about these two half-step supreme deities taking action, which would make it difficult for the human race to resist. Antares shook its head.
No.
Lin Moyu breathed a sigh of relief, but then realized something was off.
Is it that my teachers are in danger?
Antares roared.
Your 3 teachers have all entered the abyss.
Lin Moyu's expression changed drastically. He instinctively took out the Abyss teleportation stone, about to activate it. The Abyss was not a place one could enter and leave at will. Meng Anwen and the others did not have Abyss teleportation stones, so they could not freely enter and exit the Abyss like he could. Even if the Divine Summer Tower had teleportation abilities, it would be greatly restricted in the Abyss. Moreover, there were countless demons in the Abyss. Although high-level demons were not numerous, they could still pose a threat to Meng Anwen and the others. Antares roared.
Don't be rash. They are not in immediate danger for now. And even if you go there now, you won't be able to help. Can you stop the Demon Emperor? Not to mention the Demon Emperor, can you even defeat those high-level demons in the Abyss? Think carefully.
Lin Moyu quickly calmed down after hearing Antares' words. After calming down, he felt something was amiss.
Why did my teachers enter the Abyss?
Antares said,
It seems to be related to the Temple of Light. The Temple of Light appeared at the entrance to the Abyss on the primordial battlefield, and the Demon Emperor personally dragged the temple into the Abyss.
Lin Moyu was startled, and his thoughts raced. In the history of the human race, the God of Light had once helped the humans overcome a great crisis. But because of that, the God of Light paid a huge price. So the human race had always regarded the God of Light as a friend. It was just that the palace of the God of Light had been missing for a long time, with no news of its whereabouts. The God of Light, like the water god and the fire god, was once the best ally of the human race but had fallen from the divine realm. When Lin Moyu was exploring the lower space near the Starlight Sea, he had suspected that the God of Light might be sleeping at the bottom of the Starlight Sea. But he did not have a chance to verify it. Now that the Temple of Light had appeared, Meng Anwen and the others must have gone to investigate, thus entering the Abyss. Lin Moyu almost instantly pieced together the situation and analyzed even more information. His eyes carried a killing intent.
It's unknown whether the Temple of Light is real or not, but it can be confirmed that this is a trap. My teachers were also lured in. The Demon Emperor's real goal is to lure me over. As long as I enter the Abyss, the Demon Emperor can take action against me. But I can't just not go and save them. I clearly know it's a trap, but I still have to jump in. What a grand scheme, forcing me to knowingly walk into a trap.
Lin Moyu was well aware of his own identity. Whether it was the Demon Emperor of the Abyss or the Dragon Emperor of the Dragon Race, they both wanted to kill him. So the Demon Emperor deliberately threw out the Temple of Light, whose authenticity was unknown, with the real goal of luring him over and then trying to kill him. Lin Moyu was caught in a dilemma for a moment. To go or not to go. If he didn't go, as long as time dragged on, Meng Anwen, Bai Yuan, and Yen Guangxing would definitely be in danger. Once the Demon Emperor confirmed that he would not go, he would definitely take action himself and try to kill Meng Anwen and the others. Even though the 3 of them were at level 96 and high-level gods capable of wielding laws, it would not be difficult for the Demon Emperor to kill them. If he went, the Demon Emperor would definitely take action against him directly, without showing any mercy. Antares said,
Isn't it a difficult situation?
Lin Moyu said,
There's nothing difficult about it. No matter what, even if I know it's a death sentence, I still have to go.
Antares said,
There was a rule between the 3 races that half-step supreme deities could not enter each other's territories. So the Demon Emperor and the Dragon Emperor cannot enter the human world. But if the humans enter their territory, they can take action freely. So as long as you go, you will definitely die.
Lin Moyu nodded.
I know. I will definitely go. I'm just thinking about how to survive and return.
Lin Moyu thought for a long time but could not come up with a good solution. Even if he used all his trump cards and detonated the divine body of the God of Plague, Lin Moyu did not think he could pose a threat to the Demon Emperor. He had not personally experienced the power of a half-step supreme deity, but he could imagine it. High-level gods could wield laws, while half-step supreme deities had already begun to control laws. although both used laws, wielding and controlling were two completely different levels. In this dilemma, Lin Moyu suddenly noticed Antares' sly look, realizing that Antares must have a solution. Moreover, Antares' tone earlier was off, too calm. He had panicked for no reason. There must be a solution he had not thought of.
Do you have a solution?
Lin Moyu asked. Antares shook its big head, denying it.
What solution could I have? If even you, as smart as you are, can't think of one, how could I?
Just this one sentence told Lin Moyu that Antares definitely had a solution. And this solution was something he could also achieve, he just hadn't thought of it. If you don't tell me, it's fine. I'll figure it out myself. Lin Moyu was now certain that Meng Anwen and the others would not be in immediate danger for the time being. The Demon Emperor would definitely wait for him to appear. Lin Moyu kept thinking, analyzing all the possible ways to deal with the Demon Emperor and eliminating them one by one until he arrived at the answer. Lin Moyu's eyes lit up.
I know, send me to the lower space.
Antares paused.
Why should I? Just because you said so?
Lin Moyu glared at Antares.
Will you send me or not?
Now that the Eternal Wall had been activated, even if Lin Moyu returned to the human race, it would be troublesome for him to go to the lower space again. The best solution was for Antares to send him there. After staring at each other for a while, Antares backed down.
All right, I'll send you. I've never seen someone so shameless.
Lin Moyu laughed.
I'll thank you later.
Antares warned.
Let me tell you in advance, merging with the ancient Thunder Tower is not easy, so be careful. I know.
674. Chapter 674. With me here, no one can touch you. Antares sent Lin Moyu to the lower space, this time with incredible precision, directly to the outskirts of the Divine Summer Ancient City. Antares knew that with Lin Moyu's intelligence, as long as he calmed down, he would definitely come up with a solution without needing a reminder. In terms of wisdom, even though Antares was reluctant to admit it, the fact was that Lin Moyu's way of thinking surpassed its own. If it could think of a solution, Lin Moyu certainly could too. However, the difficulty was indeed not small. Antares watched Lin Moyu leave, a savage gleam in its eyes.
Kid, don't worry. With me here, no one can touch you.
The Eternal Wall was activated. The fortresses of the primordial battlefield connected as one. The Divine Summer Empire was in full lockdown, and all cities activated their defensive formations. The same was true for the Divine Summer Ancient City, with its defensive formations already activated. Lin Moyu flew into the Divine Summer Ancient City like a bolt of lightning. Having received initial recognition from the Ancient Thunder Tower, he bore the mark of the Divine Summer Ancient City, allowing him to pass through its formations unimpeded. The city guards saw Lin Moyu and the military badge on his shoulder. This time, Lin Moyu was very high profile, deliberately activating the military badge. The 5-star God General badge on his shoulder emitted a dazzling purple light, shocking the city guards, and no one dared to stop him. Lin Moyu's arrival also alarmed Legion Commander Feng Yiming, who hurried over. As Lin Moyu arrived, the ancient Thunder Tower rose from the ground with a roar. By the time Feng Yiming arrived, Lin Moyu had already entered the ancient Thunder Tower. Feng Yiming's face was full of anxiety. He knew something must have happened. With a quick glance, he saw Lin Moyu's serious expression. The alarm sounded, and within a minute of Lin Moyu entering the ancient Thunder Tower, the alert formation was activated. All the city guards became tense as two dark clouds approached from the distance. One was the Dragon Race's Legion, and the other was the Demon Legion. The Dragon Race and Demon Alliance advanced towards the Divine Summer Ancient City, with god-level auras emanating from their ranks, including Dragon Kings and Demon Kings. Feng Yiming's face changed drastically, immediately maximizing the formation's power and issuing orders, putting the entire Divine Summer Ancient City into a state of war. Inside the ancient Thunder Tower, Lin Moyu went straight to the core. A flash of light in his palm, and the ancient Thunder Outer Tower appeared in his hand. As soon as the ancient Thunder Outer Tower appeared, it resonated with the core of the inner tower. the core's lightning surged, instantly enveloping Lin Moyu and the outer tower. The ancient thunder outer tower could be seen as a remote control for the inner tower's core, allowing control of the core through the outer tower. And the ancient thunder inner tower could control the entire god-slaying fortress. So as long as the outer tower and the inner tower's core were connected, Lin Moyu could control the core through the outer tower. With his current ability, he was far from being able to control the entire god-slaying fortress. Antares had said that even in its severely damaged state, the god-slaying fortress could drain Lin Moyu dry. Lin Moyu had no such delusions. He only wanted to borrow a portion of the god-slaying fortress's power. When he was weaker, he had borrowed the power of the ancient thunder tower to unleash the god-slaying thunder, clashing with the demon emperor's finger from a distance. Now he was much stronger than before with a soul at the god level. If he could borrow the power of the god-slaying fortress, he might have a chance to confront the demon emperor. Even if he still couldn't defeat the demon emperor, he could at least hold on for a while and look for opportunities. This was the only solution Lin Moyu could think of. The core of the ancient thunder inner tower continued to resonate with the outer tower, with lightning surging. Relying on his immunity to electric elements, Lin Moyu aimed to connect the two. Amidst the lightning, Lin Moyu found his soul imprint on the outer tower being worn away. His connection with the ancient thunder outer tower was rapidly weakening. Lin Moyu's soul power surged, pouring into the outer tower to maintain the connection. He had not had the outer tower for long, and the soul imprint he had planted was not very deep. If the soul imprint was erased, all his efforts would be in vain, and he would have to enter the abyss to fight the demon emperor, a battle he was sure to lose. Lin Moyu's soul began to riot, using the most brutal methods to strengthen the soul imprint. Previously, he had nurtured it slowly and gently. Now it was like a tidal wave crashing against the shore, branding the imprint like a knife. The lightning grew stronger, and the erosion of the imprint accelerated. Lin Moyu knew this was a test from the core of the ancient thunder inner tower. If he couldn't withstand it, it meant he wasn't qualified to gain its recognition, let alone borrow its power. Even the initial recognition he had received before would be erased. Lin Moyu was truly desperate, not just for himself but also for Meng Anwen and the others. This was the only chance. His soul power was rapidly depleting. Although his soul level had reached 92, close to 93, his soul energy was still at the level of 76. He was like a large barrel, well constructed but not yet filled with enough water. Even with the divine power of 76 times recovery, it wasn't enough for his current consumption. His soul power dwindled, the water in the barrel being consumed faster than it could be replenished. The 9-colored dragon soul crystal continuously exhaled dragon breath, supplementing his soul power, but it still wasn't enough. The dragon's breath was too gentle. Seeing the imprint fading and his soul power diminishing, Lin Moyu grew increasingly anxious. Desperate.
Desperate.
The thought of desperation surged in Lin Moyu's mind, and he roared in his heart, his soul roaring in unison. The 9-colored dragon soul crystal seemed to sense Lin Moyu's urgency, exhaling more soul power than usual, doubling its output. But even so, it still wasn't enough. Lin Moyu roared in anger.
More, give me more.
A spark of fire appeared. A spark flew out from the domain divine stone, the charm blue fire. The charm blue fire had always stimulated Lin Moyu's soul, enhancing its level. As his soul level increased, its effect weakened, especially after obtaining the 9-colored dragon soul crystal. Its presence almost disappeared. Today it reappeared. A complete charm blue fire flew out from the domain divine stone, leaving the stone dull and filled with black killing intent. The charm blue fire flew into Lin Moyu's soul, causing a burning pain. Lin Moyu couldn't help but groan. Then the charm blue fire exploded, turning into pure soul power. The nearly depleted soul power was replenished. Lin Moyu was overjoyed. Compared to the replenished soul power, the pain was nothing.
Thank you.
Lin Moyu thanked the domain divine stone. Since obtaining the domain divine stone, Lin Moyu knew it could absorb killing intent but hadn't discovered any other uses. But in the Divine Stone dungeon, it had absorbed the charm blue fire, surprising even the stone spirit. Later, he asked Antares and received confirmation. The domain Divine Stone was of a very high level, even higher than mythical. But Lin Moyu couldn't yet harness its power. Unexpectedly, it helped him this time. Lin Moyu, like a replenished general, commanded his soldiers to charge again. The soul imprint deepened, even surpassing its previous state. Suddenly, the lightning changed, with a hint of purple appearing in the blue lightning. Lin Moyu's body went numb, and his soul felt a sharp pain. 675. Chapter 675. The method to break the situation, adapting to the laws. Elemental immunity was ineffective. Lin Moyu was suddenly shocked. He had encountered this situation before. The lightning changed from blue to purple, and Lin Moyu felt the presence of laws within it. The power of laws had merged into the electric elements, causing them to change. Lin Moyu had already come into contact with laws and had even comprehended a bit of their essence, understanding some of their characteristics. Laws carry a strong personal mark. For example, two people using the same law of electricity would use it differently. The souls of two people would merge into the laws, carrying strong personal characteristics. Although Lin Moyu was immune to electric elements, he could not be immune to electric elements infused with laws. The infusion of laws caused the electric elements to change. The lightning released by the ancient Thunder Tower carried the laws of the ancient Thunder Tower itself, causing Lin Moyu to lose his immunity. However, due to his immunity to electric elements, he could still reduce most of the damage. The remaining damage was further weakened by his skills and then transferred to the undead army in the summoning space. This allowed Lin Moyu to endure far more than others.
This test is really difficult.
Lin Moyu endured the numbness and increased the output of his soul power. Since the ancient Thunder Tower burst out with the power of laws, its power had greatly increased, and the dissolution speed of the soul imprint had accelerated again. Lin Moyu had to go all out. His soul power was rapidly depleting and difficult to replenish. The soul power brought by the charm blue fire was quickly exhausted, and his soul entered a deficit state again. Lin Moyu gritted his teeth and held on. He could not give up. The numbness grew stronger, affecting Lin Moyu's thinking. The imprint began to weaken again, becoming increasingly faint. The 9-colored dragon soul crystal seemed to sense Lin Moyu's predicament and began to spray a large amount of soul power, but it could only maintain the current state. Moreover, as time passed, the lightning continued to strengthen, and the power of the laws continued to increase.
Break the situation.
The thought emerged in Lin Moyu's mind. He realized he had to find a way to break the situation. He suddenly understood how strong the power accumulated by the core of the ancient Thunder Tower over 1,000 years was, far beyond his own. If this continued, no matter how much soul power he had, he would not be able to withstand it. The test should not be like this. Antares said it was difficult but not impossible, indicating there must be a chance. It was not meant to be a head-on confrontation.
Opportunity. The method to break the situation.
Lin Moyu's soul shone. He finally thought of something. Instead of resisting, he should adapt. How to adapt? By comprehending the laws. The core released only a very small amount of laws, just a trace. This was clearly giving him time to adapt.
Why didn't I think of this earlier? I was too foolish.
Lin Moyu cursed himself and began to multitask again. While maintaining the soul imprint, he began to comprehend the laws. Having already experienced the comprehension of the law of life, this time it was even more familiar. After all, Lin Moyu did not need to drive the laws, just adapt to them. The difficulty was greatly reduced. He let the lightning infused with laws pass through his body and soul. Lin Moyu carefully sensed, capturing every feeling. He analyzed, comprehended, and tried to integrate into it. The influence of the ancient Thunder Tower's laws on his body gradually faded, and its impact on the soul imprint also weakened. Lin Moyu began to understand the laws and adapt to them. In the dark abyssal world, green flames continuously rose. The abyssal fire, hundreds of meters high, occupied a range of kilometers, forming a huge barrier. The barrier was extremely strong, carrying the power of laws. Several powerful demon kings simultaneously controlled the barrier, continuously attacking those within it. Inside the barrier, the divine summer tower rotated, casting thousands of rays of light. Runes flickered within the light, forming formations that resisted the attacks from the barrier. Meng Anwen, Bai Yuan, and Yen Guangxing stood within the formation, their expressions very grim. Bai Yuan and Yen Guangxing's faces were pale, with blood at the corners of their mouths, clearly injured. The two had just taken healing potions, but their injuries had not recovered. They had many wounds on their bodies, with the power of laws surging within, continuously causing damage. They also used the power of laws to counteract, trying to control the wounds. But clearly the effect was not good. Meng Anwen quickly found them after entering the abyssal world. Using the divine summer tower to teleport, he arrived to find Bai Yuan and Yen Guangxing already injured. According to them, several high-level demon kings had ambushed them. As for the Temple of Light, it had long disappeared. When Meng Anwen arrived, they realized they had been deceived. The two paid the price for their impulsiveness. A huge barrier descended from the sky, isolating the space and trapping the three of them inside. The barrier completely cut off and sealed the space, making it impossible for even the divine summer tower to teleport out. Bai Yuan was very annoyed.
I was too impulsive.
Yen Guangxing snorted.
Who knew the abyssal demons would be so despicable, tricking us into coming here?
Bai Yuan said,
Old Meng, it's one thing for the two of us to be deceived, but why did you come too?
Meng Anwen looked at him like he was an idiot.
You two came, how could I not come?
Bai Yuan said,
It's good that you came. With our iron triangle together, we have a better chance.
Meng Anwen shook his head.
There's no chance.
Yen Guangxing asked,
Why? Once we recover a bit, we'll fight our way out. I don't believe these guys can stop us.
Meng Anwen said in a low voice,
They can't stop us, but can the Demon Emperor be stopped?
Yen Guangxing and Bai Yuan took a deep breath, showing disbelief.
You mean this was planned by the Demon Emperor? Where did the Temple of Light go? Was it the Demon Emperor's doing? You were ambushed as soon as you entered, and there are so many high-level demon kings. Who else but the Demon Emperor could mobilize them?
Meng Anwen's words almost extinguished their last hope. Bai Yuan sighed.
We were indeed impulsive. So we have no hope?
Meng Anwen shook his head.
Our lives and deaths are not important. What matters is that we are not the Demon Emperor's target.
Bai Yuan and Yen Guangxing suddenly realized something, showing shock. Yen Guangxing exclaimed,
You mean the Demon Emperor's target is Xiaoyu? That's impossible. Xiaoyu is only at a certain level. The Demon Emperor wouldn't personally deal with him.
Meng Anwen said,
We are nothing in the eyes of the Demon Emperor. Xiaoyu is the real threat to him.
Yen Guangxing said,
I hope Xiaoyu doesn't know about this and doesn't come.
Bai Yuan added,
I hope Xiaoyu doesn't know our situation, so he won't come.
Meng Anwen denied their thoughts.
Xiaoyu will definitely come, and even if he doesn't know, the Demon Emperor will find a way to let him know. We are the bait, and Xiaoyu is the big fish the Demon Emperor wants to catch. This is an open scheme, forcing Xiaoyu to come in.
A fierce light flashed in Bai Yuan's eyes.
Despicable and shameless. If I commit suicide now, won't they lose the bait?
Meng Anwen sighed.
It's useless. Even if we die, the Demon Emperor won't spread the news of our deaths. Xiaoyu won't know. All he will know is that we came here.
Bai Yuan and Yen Guangxing looked at each other, speaking in unison.
Since you know this, why did you come in?
Meng Anwen closed his eyes.
You too, after living half your lives, are still like idiots.
Divine Summer Ancient City, the army was pressing in. A coalition of over 100,000 demons and dragons launched a fierce attack on the Divine Summer Ancient City. Feng Yiming had already sent out a call for help, and human god-level powerhouses would come to support as soon as possible. The Divine Summer Ancient City had strong defenses and should be able to hold out for a while. 676, 676. Chapter 676. Miracle. The purple god-slaying thunder integrated with laws. Asterisk asterisk. Shu Feng looked at Gu Leda. At this moment, Gu Leda was extremely quiet. However, as the Legion commander, he had certain authority over the entire ancient city of Xinxia. He could sense that the interior of Gu Leda was not peaceful, and something very intense seemed to be happening.
What exactly is Lin Xinjiang doing?
He was not sure. Now, with the Demon Dragon army pressing in because there were god-level powerhouses present, he ordered all the soldiers in the ancient city of Xinxia to stay inside the city and not to go out. These non-god level professionals were simply cannon fodder against the god-level demon kings and dragon kings. Inside the ancient city of Xinxia, at a formation node, some soldiers were sending a large amount of energy crystals into the formation. Through the formation's conversion, the energy crystals continuously provided energy support to the city's formation. The city's formation was very strong and firmly withstood the attacks. But energy would eventually run out, and the demon kings and dragon kings had not yet made a move. Shu Feng prayed for reinforcements to arrive quickly and for Lin Moyu to finish his task soon. As long as Lin Moyu could control Gu Leda and unleash the god-slaying thunder, it wouldn't matter even if reinforcements didn't come. In the face of the god-slaying thunder, the demon dragon army outside was nothing but a bunch of weaklings. Time passed bit by bit, and Shu Feng's face grew increasingly grim. Reinforcements were long overdue, and he knew that the activation of the Eternal Great Wall meant that the human world was also under tremendous pressure. The god-level powerhouses might already be unable to spare any effort, and they would not have reinforcements. Now, the only hope rested on Lin Moyu.
Commander, the energy crystal reserves are only half left.
A soldier quickly came to report. The energy crystals were being consumed too quickly, with half of them used up in just half an hour. Shu Feng nodded, indicating that he understood. He calculated in his mind.
Even if the demon kings and dragon kings don't make a move, they can only stay in the lower space for an hour. Half an hour has already passed. As long as we can hold on until they leave, we still have a chance.
The thought was beautiful, but a huge green flame fell from the sky. A demon king had made a move, summoning abyssal flames that fell like meteors onto the city's protective shield. The shield shook violently, twisted intensely, and consumed a large amount of energy. Shu Feng's face changed dramatically. The demon king had lost patience. One attack after another kept coming. Once a demon king made a move, the time they could stay in the lower space was very short, and they would unleash their strongest attacks within a few minutes. The city's energy crystals were rapidly consumed. The reserves were critically low, with 3/10 used up in just a few minutes. A space-time tunnel appeared, and the attacking demon king was sent back to the deep space by the laws of the lower space. Before Shu Feng could breathe a sigh of relief, an even stronger attack descended. This time, a dragon king made a move. Shu Feng's face turned extremely grim again. He had already guessed that there were definitely more than one or two demon kings and dragon kings in the allied forces. They took turns attacking, trying to break through the city's defenses. Next would be the massacre. No professional could withstand their attacks. But,
prepare for battle.
Shu Feng shouted, and all the professionals in the city drew their weapons simultaneously. They had long-formed teams and legions, each filled with fighting spirit, with no one retreating. The people of Xinxia would only fight to the death, never retreating. The energy crystals were finally exhausted, and the city's defenses shattered. The demon and dragon armies charged in with a bloodthirsty aura. Shu Feng raised his sword high.
Fight! 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 Fight!
The human professionals shouted in unison, their killing intent boiling. Boom! A bolt of lightning fell from the sky, exploding in mid-air. Then, the lightning spread like a spider web, densely covering the sky. Purple light illuminated the sky and the earth. The purple lightning was eerily beautiful. The thunder roared, shaking the entire world. The space shattered, like the end of the world, extremely terrifying. The thunder lasted for 3 seconds. After 3 seconds, the world returned to peace. The demon and dragon armies had disappeared, not even leaving a trace. Whether it was the top demons or the dragon warriors, whether it was the hidden dragon kings or demon kings, they had all died under the lightning. The scene of the army pressing in had disappeared like a bubble. Everyone present was stunned. Many people's weapons fell to the ground, clanging continuously. Xu Feng also shivered all over, looking at Gu Leda in disbelief. He knew that it was the god-slaying thunder, even stronger than the last time. Needless to say, it must have been Lin Moyu's work. Only Lin Moyu could control Gu Leda and unleash the god-slaying thunder. Inside Gu Leda, Lin Moyu looked slightly weary. The previous strike was extremely powerful. Because the god-slaying thunder was mixed with laws, driving the laws inevitably led to backlash. Lin Moyu used the soul-splitting method to split a wisp of his soul to bear the backlash. That wisp of soul was annihilated in the backlash, causing Lin Moyu to suffer a minor injury. Fortunately, it was just a wisp of soul, so the injury was not severe. The 9-colored dragon soul crystal was emitting soul power, quickly healing Lin Moyu's injuries. It wouldn't take long for these minor injuries to heal. The power of this god-slaying thunder made Lin Moyu very satisfied. Tearing space, it had almost reached the level of a demon emperor. Perhaps not quite, but at least it had a fighting chance.
It's time to go to the abyss.
Lin Moyu took out the abyssal teleportation stone, activated it, and instantly disappeared from Gu Leda. Xu Feng waited outside for a long time, but Lin Moyu did not come out. At this moment, the entire ancient city of Xinxia was immersed in a joyful atmosphere. Everyone was discussing where the purple lightning had come from. Only Xu Feng knew that it was Lin Moyu's work. But he wouldn't say. He knew that today's events would eventually be recorded in history and called a miracle. Only he knew who created this miracle. A single thunderbolt wiped out an army of 100,000. If that wasn't a miracle, what was? In the abyss, eerie green flames were everywhere. On the ground, in the sky, everywhere. The deeper the color of the flames, the more dangerous it was, indicating the presence of powerful demons. Lin Moyu entered the abyss for the second time. The first time was with helplessness and caution, but this time he was full of killing intent. Holding the teleportation stone for sensing, this was the teleportation stone to return to the White God Courtyard, personally made by Meng Anwen. The teleportation stone had Meng Anwen's imprint, and Lin Moyu could sense the general direction through it. After careful sensing, Lin Moyu confirmed the direction, spread his lightning undead wings, and flew away. Lin Moyu flew like lightning, not dodging even when encountering cities, immediately attracting the attention of the demons.
It's a human. A human dares to fly in the abyss, seeking death. Eat him.
The demons roared, charging up with bloodthirsty intent. The sky suddenly darkened, and the projection of the undead world descended, opening the gate of the undead. The eye of the undead floated in the sky, burning with silver-white undead flames. The demons that had just taken off lost focus in their eyes and fell silently. The eye of the undead moved forward with Lin Moyu, overlooking the earth. A large number of demons in the city died instantly, with no survivors wherever it passed. This was just a small city, with no powerful demons, and no one could resist the soul attack brought by the gaze of the undead. Soon, the second city came into view. This time it was a big city. Before Lin Moyu even approached, the city was already filled with alarm sounds. The barrier opened, and a large number of demons took to the sky. Lin Moyu, with the eye of the undead above his head and surrounded by a dense army of undead, charged straight in. 677, 677. Chapter 677. Treat the abyss as the largest dungeon. The undead legion, carrying a thick aura of death, charged toward the city. Lin's skeleton throne appeared in mid-air. The Skeleton King rose from the throne and slashed with a sword. Skill: Godslayer. The sword light flashed, and the barrier shattered instantly. The Skeleton King, with a combat power of level 92, shattered the barrier with one strike, and the second strike, Elemental Chaos, almost engulfed the entire city. In the roaring explosion, elements burst forth, and the city fell. Countless demons were blown to pieces on the spot, and the undead legion stormed into the city amid the explosion's smoke, launching a massacre. The eye of the undead seemed to compete with the legion for credit, as most demons it swept over did not survive. When Lin Moyu flew over the city, it was already silent. Lin Moyu felt no sympathy for the demons. Historically, demons had invaded the human world many times, slaughtering countless people. These demons did not even account for interest. Slaughtering demons brought a large amount of experience. Lin Moyu treated them as monsters, and the leveling effect was excellent. Entering the abyss this time, aside from rescuing people, Lin Moyu had other thoughts. Killing monsters for leveling was possible, so why not demons? Previously, he didn't dare to come to the abyss due to the presence of the Demon Emperor and high-level demons. In the future, he could use the abyss and even the dragon world as the largest dungeon. With this new perspective, the future seemed much clearer.
You lured me into the abyss world, you'll pay the price.
Lin Moyu thought fiercely. When he got ruthless, he even scared himself. Flying over one city after another, each one emptying out as he passed. Experience soared, with demons of various strengths and levels in the cities. But Lin Moyu showed no mercy, slaughtering his way through. In his eyes, demons were just monsters, no different from those in dungeons. The Demon King was merely a boss, considered a world boss at best. There were many demon kings in the abyss, and though many had gone to the human world, some remained. Lin Moyu's city slaughter finally alerted a demon king. It intercepted Lin Moyu midway, but before it could act, the Skeleton King appeared from the sky. One Godslayer strike severely injured it, and the second skill, Elemental Chaos, killed it instantly. Low-level demon kings were of no concern to Lin Moyu. News spread quickly in the abyss, and word of someone forcefully invading soon reached the ears of the Succubus King. She, unlike others, hadn't gone to the human world and received the news in her palace. Succubus Mina gasped in disbelief.
Is he crazy, daring to come to the abyss?
The Succubus King lounged casually on her throne.
He had no choice. This time, the Demon Emperor and the Dragon Tribe set a trap to kill Lin Moyu.
Knowing more than Mina, the Succubus King had some knowledge of the plan, involving high-level demons, the Demon Emperor, and the Dragon Emperor. Mina stuck out her tongue.
If it's a trap set by the Demon Emperor, Lin Moyu is surely doomed.
The Succubus King laughed softly, shaking her head.
It's not that simple. A person like Lin Moyu isn't easy to kill.
Mina couldn't argue but questioned.
Why isn't our Succubus tribe involved in the human attack?
The Succubus King chuckled.
We're not suited for frontal battles. Our tribe is few in number, so there's no need to throw our lives away.
Mina gosped.
You think the attack on the human world will fail?
The Succubus King glanced at Mina.
Some things are best left unasked. It's not your time to know.
Trembling, Mina lowered her head, not daring to ask further. She heard the Succubus King's voice again.
With that presence, the human race cannot be exterminated.
Lin Moyu rampaged across thousands of miles, slaughtering cities. 2 demon kings had already fallen to him without lasting a single round. The level 92 Skeleton King, when using skills, could unleash level 93 attack power. Low-level demons couldn't withstand it. Even if they did, they were gravely injured, and the Skeleton King would follow up with melee attacks, plus the undead gaze and aging curse, ensuring they didn't last 2 seconds. Lin Moyu realized that only a few powerful core skills were needed. Since the Skeleton King was integrated into his soul as a soul skill, or Dharma, as Antares called it, its power greatly increased, becoming one of Lin Moyu's strongest skills. Following the teleportation stone's guidance, Lin Moyu quickly approached Meng Anwen and the others. After crossing thousands of miles, he finally sensed their presence.
Thank goodness.
He was overjoyed to sense they were still safe, fearing they might have been harmed. Along with their presence, he sensed 6 strong auras, all high-level demons, equivalent to high-level human professionals at level 96. The energy surged, the abyssal aura rising, indicating a battle. Anxiously, Lin Moyu rushed over. Shenshata spun quickly as Meng Anwen manipulated the array laws, merging into Shenshata. A powerful formation appeared in the sky, emitting dazzling light. Numerous weapons shot out from the formation, striking the barrier. It twisted and roared but didn't break. Bai Yuan's iron fists, too, struck in tandem with Meng Anwen's attack, while Yen Guangxing's blade exuded pure killing intent, infused with his killing law insights. Among the 3, Yen Guangxing's attacks were the most fierce. Despite their combined efforts, they couldn't break the barrier. Being new to high-level godhood, their law manipulation was still weak. 6 high-level demon kings maintained the barrier, each as strong as Meng Anwen's group, making it hard to break. Surrounding but not killing them, their intentions were clear. Suddenly, Meng Anwen's expression changed.
Xiaoyu is here.
Bai Yuan and Yen Guangxing looked anxious. Bai Yuan roared, punching the barrier to no avail. The barrier's counterattacks added to his injuries. Not killing didn't mean no attacks. The 6 demon kings continuously assaulted them, making it tough. Meng Anwen pointed, Shenshata shielding Bai Yuan from attacks.
Calm down, anger won't help now.
Bai Yuan asked urgently,
What do we do now?
Meng Anwen replied,
Gather strength, see if we can join forces with Xiaoyu to break the barrier.
Yen Guangxing said urgently,
Xiaoyu is strong, but he's facing the demon emperor.
Meng Anwen's face was serious.
I know. Trust Xiaoyu.
This felt familiar. Meng Anwen had said it before. They realized Lin Moyu often created miracles. They nodded.
Okay.
The trio prepared to act. Through the barrier, they saw a black shadow approaching quickly. Lin Moyu had arrived. Behind him was a vast undead legion, with a burning silver-white flame above, the eye of the undead intimidating all. Literature. 678. 678. Chapter 678. The one who made the move wasn't the demon emperor? Lin Moyu's arrival simultaneously attracted the attention of 6 high-level demon kings. They received orders to surround but not kill Meng Anwen and the other 2, only to injure them but not kill them. The purpose was to wait for Lin Moyu's arrival. Now that the main target had arrived, the 6 high-level demon kings all revealed cold smiles. The plan had been executed smoothly so far. Meng Anwen and the other 2 were lured in and trapped. Now the real big fish had arrived, and it was time to close the net. According to the plan, not only Meng Anwen and the other 2 had to die, but Lin Moyu even more so. However, the ones to kill Meng Anwen and the other 2 were them, while the one to kill Lin Moyu was someone else. In fact, they didn't understand why a mere 76-level human needed such elaborate planning by the Demon Emperor and the Dragon Emperor. But they didn't need to understand. They just needed to follow orders. As for the undead army behind Lin Moyu, they didn't take them seriously at all.
Do it!
The 6 demon kings exchanged glances and prepared to kill Meng Anwen and the other 2.
What is that?
Suddenly, one of the demon kings said, its gaze falling on Lin Moyu. In Lin Moyu's palm, a crystal with the aura of laws was shining brightly. High-level demon kings were very familiar with laws. They dealt with them every day. But when laws appeared in the hands of a mere 76-level human professional, it was quite strange. Lin Moyu held the law crystal obtained from the god of thunder. His soul locked onto the 6 high-level demon kings. Astérisque astérisque skill, corpse explosion, astérisque astérisque. The law crystal disintegrated and disappeared in his palm. Corpse explosion, fusion 20%, detonate a corpse or remains, dealing damage equal to 20% of the corpse's life value within a 100-meter radius to designated targets. Although it only dealt 20% of the life value as damage, due to talent bonuses, the skill effect was enhanced 80 times. Its effect was at least equivalent to a full power strike from a god in life, and possibly even more. The god of thunder was once a super god level existence, severely damaged at the beginning of the great battle and fell from the altar, greatly reducing its power. However, the laws still existed within it, and the god of thunder later returned to the peak of level 95, condensing the law crystal with all its remaining power before dying. Lin Moyu had previously used the summoning element lich to detonate a law crystal, and the effect was quite good. This time, using the skill that had merged into his soul, corpse explosion, to directly detonate the law crystal, the power would undoubtedly be stronger. Just how strong it could be, Lin Moyu was not sure. As Lin Moyu cast the skill, the 6 high-level demon kings' faces changed simultaneously. They all felt a bad premonition, but it was too late. Purple lightning exploded in front of them, the power of the thunder law falling on them, and the 6 demon kings screamed in unison. Their bodies were blown apart, and a majestic thunder god seemed to appear in the sky, descending thunderous wrath upon them. The 6 demon kings were blown away, their bodies almost completely destroyed, leaving them half dead. This strike was astonishingly powerful. Even Lin Moyu himself was a bit surprised. Although it was far from the full power of the god of thunder at its peak, it at least reached the pinnacle of high-level gods, not far from half-step supergod. With one strike, the 6 demon kings were collectively injured. Meng Anwen and the other 2 were also stunned. They never expected Lin Moyu to be this strong.
Xiao Yu's skill is so strong.
Bai Yuan sighed.
Amazing.
Yan Guangxing also murmured. At this moment, they were both happy and inexplicably lost. They felt they were truly old. Meng Anwen said angrily,
"What are you dazing about? Attack!" "All right."
The 3 attacked simultaneously, taking advantage of the 6 demon kings' severe injuries to launch a full-force attack. The 3's attacks, containing laws, fell on the barrier, causing it to shake violently, on the verge of collapse.
Again.
Meng Anwen roared and attacked again. Without the support of the 6 demon kings, the barrier shattered under the attacks of Meng Anwen and the other 2. At this moment, the law aura in Lin Moyu's hand flashed again. The second law crystal was detonated. Purple light filled the sky, as if the god of thunder had descended, unleashing a sea of thunder. The already severely injured 6 demon kings' faces changed drastically, and they used their strongest defensive skills. The thunder exploded in front of them, and they screamed again, even more severely injured, barely clinging to life. Lin Moyu took out the 3rd law crystal.
Enough!
A roar echoed, and a giant hand appeared in the sky, collecting all 6 demon kings. The giant hand contained astonishing laws, tearing a rift in the sky, cutting off the 6 demon kings' aura. Lin Moyu's soul could no longer lock onto them. His heart tightened. The only one who could do this was the demon emperor. Lin Moyu quickly flew towards Meng Anwen and the others.
"Teacher, are you all right?" "We're fine."
Meng Anwen replied, but the 3's faces were serious. Compared to the demon emperor, the 6 high-level demon kings were nothing. Even if Lin Moyu could severely injure high-level demon kings, he might not be able to defeat the demon emperor. After collecting the 6 demon kings, the demon emperor's giant hand did not attack. Its voice echoed through the sky.
"Dragon Emperor, I've done what I should, the rest is up to you."
A dragon roar echoed in the void.
"All right."
The demon emperor's giant hand, holding the 6 demon kings, tore through the void and left without any hesitation. Lin Moyu then realized that the one who was going to attack him was not the demon emperor, but the dragon emperor. The dragon emperor had come to the abyss world.
"What a surprise!"
Lin Moyu said softly.
"Teacher, you all enter my demon extermination tower."
Lin Moyu summoned the demon extermination tower, which also had an independent space to accommodate living beings. Meng Anwen asked,
"Xiao Yu, what about you?"
Lin Moyu replied,
"Don't worry, I can handle it."
Meng Anwen knew that if they faced the Dragon Emperor or the Demon Emperor, they would be of no help. The strength of a half-step supergod was something they understood more clearly the higher their own level. The gap between level 96 and the Dragon Emperor and Demon Emperor at level 99 was like heaven and earth. They chose to trust Lin Moyu. Meng Anwen put away the Divine Summer Tower, and the three entered Lin Moyu's Demon Extermination Tower. Lin Moyu immediately stored the Demon Extermination Tower in his soul world. At this moment, Lin Moyu breathed a sigh of relief. Now he had regained the initiative. He could fight if he wanted and leave if he wanted. In his view, the Demon Emperor and Dragon Emperor's plan had already failed. Suddenly, the surroundings became silent. The space was cut and locked. The Abyss Teleportation Stone was ineffective, but Antares Dragon Scale could still be used. If Lin Moyu wanted to leave, he could do so now. But inviting a god was easy. Sending one away was hard. Now, Lin Moyu didn't want to leave. Since they had gone to such lengths to bring him here, he would make sure to get his due before leaving. A dragon roar echoed in the sky again, and Lin Moyu saw a divine dragon hovering in the air. This was a phantom, a scene that appeared when the Dragon Clan's ancestral bloodline was activated. The Dragon Emperor's overwhelming aura pressed down on Lin Moyu, as if to crush him. The Dragon Emperor was very strong. Once its ancestral bloodline burned, it was almost invincible among half-step supergods. But in Lin Moyu's eyes, it was just a mixed blood dragon, not truly part of the Dragon Clan. They didn't even qualify to be servants of the Dragon Clan and were completely unrecognized. Antares didn't even want to mention their origins, feeling extreme disdain. In the Dragon Phantom, the Dragon Emperor appeared in the sky. The Dragon Emperor was over 5 meters tall, with a huge body and a murderous gaze.
Lin Moyu, you deserve to die.
From the moment Lin Moyu destroyed the Dragon Emperor's palace, the Dragon Emperor had wanted to grind Lin Moyu's bones to dust. The subsequent events only deepened their hatred.
That depends on whether you have the ability to kill me, mixed blood dragon.
Lin Moyu said disdainfully, holding the ancient Thunder Tower. The inner and outer towers connected through the void, and the vast energy from the Godslaying Fortress was transmitted to the outer tower. 679, 679. Chapter 679. You're not worthy of killing me. A single shout of
Mixed blood dragon
made the Dragon Emperor furious. He was the dignified Dragon Emperor and was insulted by Lin Moyu as a mixed blood dragon.
You seek death.
The Dragon Emperor's killing intent surged, with the power of the laws roaring around him. He was a being on the verge of becoming a supergod, already beginning to grasp the laws. Using laws and mastering laws were completely different. Using laws merely enhanced one's power and left one's mark on them. However, at this stage, the laws still belonged to the world. You were just a user, not the owner. But mastering laws meant making them your own, turning the laws of the world into personal property. Becoming the master of the laws allowed for their arbitrary use, greatly increasing power and imprinting one's mark deeper. Even if Lin Moyu was immune to a certain element, he would still be hurt, though the damage would be significantly reduced. A being on the verge of becoming a supergod surpassed the level of using laws, reaching the stage of mastering laws, and their power far exceeded that of a high god. Achieving this required being at least at level 98 peak. Before his fall, Zhang Yi was at this level. The Dragon Emperor and the Demon Emperor were even stronger, both at the peak of level 99. One more step and they would be at level 100, the supergod level. The Dragon Emperor's power grew stronger, continuously pressing down on Lin Moyu. It seemed like he was toying with Lin Moyu, wanting to see his fear. The Dragon Emperor felt assured of his victory, not worried about Lin Moyu escaping. No matter how capable Lin Moyu was, he was only level 76. The Dragon Emperor, being a near supergod, had nothing to fear. So, even though Lin Moyu insulted him, calling him a mixed blood dragon, and made him furious, he did not immediately attack. But he was disappointed. Lin Moyu showed no fear. Instead, Lin Moyu looked at him as if he were a clown. The Dragon Emperor was suspicious.
You're not afraid?
Lin Moyu sneered.
Afraid of what? Afraid of you, A mixed-blood dragon?
The Dragon Emperor roared again.
Shut up! I am the Dragon Emperor. You, a Dragon Emperor? How laughable. Do you think the true dragon race recognizes you? Outside this small dragon realm, what are you? Antares called you a mixed-blood dragon. Do you deny it? Will you face him to confront this?
Lin Moyu's words stabbed at the Dragon Emperor's heart like needles. The Dragon Emperor's pressure surged again, like an invisible giant mountain pressing on Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu shone with white light, transferring the invisible pressure to his undead army. The pressure came not only from outside but also from the soul. However, Lin Moyu's soul power was already strong, and with the 9-colored Dragon Soul Crystal, the Dragon Emperor's pressure had no significant effect. In the depths of the abyss, the Demon Emperor watched with a cold expression.
I knew it. Lin Moyu is closely connected with him. With him around, who can touch Lin Moyu? The Dragon Emperor is a fool, completely unaware. Anger has clouded his mind. Lin Moyu was right. A mixed-blood dragon is a mixed-blood dragon.
Although the Demon Emperor agreed to the Dragon Emperor ambushing Lin Moyu in the abyss, he did not take action himself. The Demon Emperor sent 6 high-level Demon Kings to surround Meng Anwen and the others without killing them. The task of killing Lin Moyu was left to the Dragon Emperor. The Demon Emperor didn't want to kill Lin Moyu, or rather, didn't dare to. He feared the presence of Antares behind Lin Moyu, and this was confirmed. The Dragon Emperor, blinded by fury, reached his limit.
You will die.
The power of the laws crashed down, a vast force as if the sky were falling, with space filled with cracks. Lin Moyu stood his ground.
You're not worthy of killing me.
The ancient thunder tower shone brightly, a purple lightning bolt shooting from its tip. Boom! The lightning exploded, shattering a large section of the void. It was the god-slaying thunder, and it carried the power of laws. Though Lin Moyu hadn't mastered the laws, or even found it difficult to use them, he had the ancient thunder tower. The ancient thunder tower's accumulated power over a millennium was immense. At this moment, through the connection between the inner and outer towers, power was continuously transmitted. Using the ancient thunder tower, Lin Moyu wielded the laws, matching the Dragon Emperor's attack in power. Their forces clashed in the limited space, causing the space carved by the Dragon Emperor to collapse instantly. The terrifying impact hit Lin Moyu, who retreated with the force, his face slightly paling. That strike, aided by the ancient thunder tower, allowed Lin Moyu to control the laws, but the backlash had to be borne by Lin Moyu himself. A wisp of his divided soul was annihilated on the spot, causing minor injuries. On the surface, Lin Moyu pretended to be unscathed. At this critical moment, he would not let the Dragon Emperor see his weakness. The Dragon Emperor was shocked and enraged, unable to believe Lin Moyu's attack.
I said you can't kill me.
Lin Moyu taunted, the ancient thunder tower in his hand glowing again, wrapped in purple lightning. The seemingly insignificant small tower continuously emitted the power of thunder and lightning laws. Though the Dragon Emperor didn't want to admit it, the previous strike was indeed powerful. His eyes narrowed.
What is this?
He had never seen the ancient thunder tower in the Shinsha ancient city, so he didn't recognize it. In the abyss, the Demon Emperor's eyes widened in shock.
The ancient thunder tower! How did he bring it out? And the god-slaying thunder was so powerful, equal to the Dragon Emperor's attack.
The Demon Emperor had seen the ancient thunder tower and clashed with the god-slaying thunder not long ago. Back then, the god-slaying thunder was powerful but not that strong, merely approaching the peak attack of a high-level Demon King without using the laws. But now, with the laws infused, the god-slaying thunder's power was astonishing, surpassing high-level gods and rivaling the near-super-god level. The Demon Emperor sensed something amiss.
The problem lies not with Lin Moyu, but with the ancient thunder tower and the Shisha ancient city. This ancient city is highly unusual, very suspicious.
His gaze was complicated.
Lin Moyu is only level 76 now. Even with a powerful soul, this shouldn't be possible. If Lin Moyu reaches God level and controls the ancient Thunder Tower, he could pose a threat to me.
For a moment, the Demon Emperor contemplated striking, eliminating Lin Moyu with overwhelming force. But then he remembered Antares, the invincible entity behind Lin Moyu. The Demon Emperor shuddered, not daring to move. He didn't want to die. After living so long, he wasn't foolish enough to seek death. The Demon Emperor remained calm, while the Dragon Emperor was far from it. The Dragon Emperor roared,
Impossible. Absolutely impossible. I don't believe your power is this strong.
In his rage, his ancestral bloodline activated, a divine dragon's shadow appearing in the sky. The Dragon Emperor attacked again, more fiercely than before. The divine dragon shadow charged down, seemingly ready to devour Lin Moyu. Lin Moyu showed no fear, raising the ancient Thunder Tower and directing its power. The ancient Thunder Tower unleashed another powerful god-slaying thunder, stronger than before. Booming sounds echoed across the sky as the god-slaying thunder shattered the void in the abyss. Both forces were evenly matched, and Lin Moyu retreated again, his face briefly paling before returning to normal. Another wisp of his divided soul was destroyed, further injuring him. Given his current soul strength, destroying 5 wisps in a short time was his limit. Any more would damage his foundation. The thunder light obscured the Dragon Emperor's vision, preventing him from noticing Lin Moyu's condition.
Impossible. Impossible. I refuse to believe this. I will kill you.
The Dragon Emperor roared. The divine dragon shadow roared too, spewing intense dragon breath. Lin Moyu's expression changed, and he unleashed another god-slaying thunder. 680.